Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
Кокаином.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists.
Whoopsie.
Up yours.
And they believe that they can then
Woke
shut us
moralists.
up.
Up around and find out.
Up yours. Woke moralists.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
Up yours.
We'll see who cancels who.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hi, fam.
Nice to see everyone. Ariana, nice to have you back. I see your shirt, love it.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. When Mike reached out to me again, I was like, is this because I went off on Cory Booker? And he was like, no, what are you talking about?
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that video because I had no clue. But yeah, for those who haven't seen it yet, Ariana Jasmine, she went after Cory Booker, and I think she clapped his cheeks. He did amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to see.
Like, do you mean IRL? Like to
his face? Yeah, IRL.
Oh
yeah.
Shit! No way.
She punched him.
Do we have any highlights or clips we can watch?
I'm just kidding. No, there is a clip. It's really good actually, and I also saw somebody else. I think it was Conscious Lee posted a clip as well. Really, really great stuff. So yeah, excited to talk about that. I had no idea that you were doing all this bass stuff, Ariana, but nice to have you back.
Thank you so much. It's an honor. I love being on here, and truly thank you. And my Twitch chat told me that they were advocating for me to come back, which I honestly did not know. So I'm sorry they were being opposite and bothering you guys. But thank you so much for having me.
We don't even check. It's no problem. It's impossible.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, we don't read anything. We're all illiterate here.
Okay.
Around these parts.
We were really advocating for you, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, no. But thank you so much.
Just give them the win anyway. Be like, yeah, it was all you. You did this.
I know.
You made this possible.
I will. This can be our secret. I'll tell them that. Thank you, though. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Also, there's a couple of absences. So as you all know, it is Rebecca's birthday. And David actually went to Georgia to spend that day with Rebecca. So that's why David is not here as well. So.
And we kicked him out.
And we kicked him out. So he is no longer part of the Leftist Mafia. No, he's not feeling good. He will be back next week. And then we also have
we should probably let guests know this whole thing's a bit, because we always have this awkward start where it's just like, we kicked out this member, and then there's just like people are like, wait, is this real drama? I don't want to be a part of this. Or like, why? Oh, it's all jokes. It's just So David is returning. He's sick, and then Rebecca will be here next week. But happy birthday, Rebecca, and send Rebecca money on Cash App for her birthday. Is the best gift you can possibly give. Is money.
Yeah, Becca's voice on Cash App. Send her lots of money. And yeah. So what happened this week, folks?
Oh, wait, let Ariana and Jasmine plug her socials too.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a bad introducer. Ariana, plug your socials and tell us what you do besides owning Cory Booker.
Okay. I can give you guys
Let's get that clip. I want to see it.
I'll find it right now.
Well, just to give you guys a little bit of background, it was the first conference for social good content creators. So essentially content creators that make content, for the greater good of society, or social issues, whatever. And so their headliner that night was Cory Booker. So it wasn't just me that confronted him. It was multiple content creators. There's so many videos out there of people just going up to him and challenging him. He even accused one person of supporting Hamas, but she's a white woman, so I think he felt a little bit more brazen with her. I know he was not about to play that shit with me, but So yeah, it was just interesting. There were multiple different clips that were flying around. I don't know why he came. I think it was a terrible PR stunt on his end, but yeah, I just want to give the other amazing creators credit as well, because I wasn't the only one that went up to him. My clip just went super viral. But yeah, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Ariana Jasmine. I am a content creator. I create content on all different kinds of platforms. I specialize on short form videos. So I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. I also do a lot of on the ground stuff. And essentially I really focus on leftist politics, but for the past 8 months, I've been really focusing on Palestine and the Middle East because I'm Middle Eastern and Muslim. So I feel like I owe it to, my brothers and sisters. And I feel like our space does not have many Middle Eastern people. So I kind of took that upon myself. As for my social media channels, I just got partnered on YouTube and I've made $5 so far.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm going to get 2 candy bars from that money. So if you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate it. I'm about to put it in the bio or in the chat. But thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that you just finished, we actually have our second guest here. Megaran.
Hi, hello. Megaran. What's up, guys? Hello.
Hey, so happy to have you.
It's good to be here. I just picked my kid up from daycare and he had a bad day. So we had to have a talk about why it's not nice to push people. That was fun. He's 2, so he's learning. But yes. So yeah, that was fun. He's beginning to understand, at least, like he knows, he gets the down look, like what, so
I did a bad thing.
He's starting to understand I did a bad thing, which is good. So but yes, we will be having some talks, parenthood. But hey, I just got a chance to catch a little bit of I heard some Cory Booker ownage went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited to see it.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
Yeah, I love your shirt, by the way, as well, Megaran. That's amazing.
Oh man!
Like if you don't know, you got to listen to his X-Men song. His like for the one for the new TV show. It's fucking.
You have an X-Men? I have to check that out.
It's real good.
I do. It's called.
He's got a few. He's got a lot of nerdcore songs.
I love nerdy stuff. So yeah, X-Men '97 is my current like nerdy obsession. The show's amazing and just ended yesterday. So it's so sad.
I need to check it out too.
They're all out now. You can binge them. I think it's 10. Here I go sounding like a commercial, but it's so good, man. Like it's totally for us, like for people who know what's up. Like it's written by and executive produced by a gay black man who like really like puts it on the page. So I'm just like so impressed with what they've been able to do.
And he clearly loves the subject matter too. Like you can tell every single episode. I'm just like the emotions. I'm just like, oh my god, what the? This is a cartoon for kids. I'm like,
for
I'm
real.
Not gonna cry.
Yeah, there's some feels for sure.
Yeah, there's some feels.
All right, well,
I am chilling.
Yeah, did you want to plug your socials and whatnot really quick?
Yeah, sure. I'm Megaran. It looks like Meg Ryan when you're looking at it real quickly and you get mixed up. I get that like once a day. So I was like, I thought it said you are following Meg Ryan. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I make nerdy music. I'm a former teacher who now just kind of travels the world making video game music for and about nerdy things that I love.
Wait, that's so dope.
Yeah, right.
I need to get into that.
I just one day, what did happen? I wrote a song about Mega Man, and then Capcom heard it and was like, "Oh my god, we want to use this for a commercial." And then that's how it all started for me. Then I was like, "Well, what else can I write about?" So then it was like pro wrestling, and then it was like Final Fantasy, and then it was like X-Men and all the other things that I loved. I was like, well, let me just try to write songs about them, and have fun with it. And it's been a really interesting journey. So yeah, I'm heading on tour pretty soon. So all tour dates are at megaran.com/shows. Going to the UK with Wheatus. So that's going to be really fun.
Hell yeah. Go to the Buckingham Palace and people get really triggered around just talk shit about the Queen. Just put up
Or that weird ass painting, the one where he's just like
oh my god,
devil painting.
That shit is haunting. That's Ghostbusters too. Like what the fuck?
Like he literally jumped when he saw it. It was so funny.
He was scared too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it almost got him.
Oh man,
I just saw the most ruthless tweet about the king. Somebody was reacting to a news story about him losing his taste due to his cancer. And somebody's like, that's not going to make a single difference. He's British. And I'm like, oh my God. That's brutal.
Damn.
I mean, shit.
Yikes.
All right. So I will pull up Ariana's ownage of Cory Booker. So this is the Instagram video here. Hopefully you all can hear it okay. I can't really adjust the volume. Yeah, but
we even have his APAC donations at the bottom, 750,000. Yes.
He was not fucking around. Like, this is amazing, Ariana.
Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Shit is mad viral.
Let's
too.
go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
and there's no volume. Why is there no volume? Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Is there like a YouTube version, Ariana? Might be a little bit.
No, but it's on TikTok too.
Okay. Let me try to reshare it here. I'll stop that.
I can send you the TikTok link.
Yeah. If this one doesn't work, we'll try that.
Okay.
Oh, you just got to click on the microphone or the little sound symbol. Bottom right corner should be once it's playing. Maybe it's off camera. Yeah, there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
there we go. Okay, I'll refresh it.
Refresh it so it starts from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how to TikTok. I'm hip. I'm with it. Okay.
Oh, that's Instagram.
What is this app you kids are using?
I know how to
Shit.
I'm hip.
Very good, Lance. Yeah, I'm cool. I know how to TikTok.
Yeah.
It's Instagram.
Yeah. Goddamn kids.
Oh,
we're such boomers. I swear to God. Okay.
I know how MySpace works.
Oh, nice.
I don't like that. I have to just go
And again, I have spoken out for Palestinian.
You have not called for a ceasefire.
I have not used your language. I've called for a cessation of hostilities. And right now I am fighting for a ceasefire.
Cessation of hostilities.
I put out statements from musicians. We're talking past each other right now. I'm telling you, I'm fighting every single day. We're trying to bring peace to that region.
Actions speak louder than words.
Absolutely. And I'm very.
So I want to see your name on that ceasefire bill.
And
I appreciate it taking separate things. I don't see it everyone else.
And you will not see my name on that bill, but you will see me continue. Again, because I believe the best way forward to ending this crisis is at the negotiating table, getting the release of hostages.
What about 34,000 hostages?
Cook him. Cook him.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'll pause it right here. So I just like, this is long and you do not take no for an answer, which I give you so much credit for because it's difficult. Like when you're in the presence of somebody who has like a lot of power, like
and
there's this pressure. Yeah. And media training, there's this pressure to back down and you don't back down. And that is so fucking based of you. And here's what I will say. I give Cory Booker at least a little bit of credit for engaging because if you've seen other...
No, take it back.
Well, no. Listen, if you've seen...
I'm the guy who usually says that, but this isn't engaging. He's not engaging with her. He's just standing there. There's no engagement. There's no discussion.
Compare that to John Fetterman, though,
means
right?
even going. The very act of going means that you're going to talk to your constituents. I think that's what you're trying to say. But I agree with Matt. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Oh, yeah. No,
absolutely.
fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him. But, like, there's a video of John Fetterman that wouldn't even talk to his constituent this week. He actually
the Sunset one or whatever.
Yeah, the Sunset Movement person. Yeah. He's recording her and then just goes into the elevator and like pretends to talk. And then, so like I at least appreciate when politicians are willing to let you yell at them. I think that is better. Still fuck them.
Least we deserve.
Support a ceasefire. But like if you're gonna be evil and not let us yell at you at least, then you know that makes you worse. Okay. But without further ado, more reaming.
You call for a ceasefire, you have deliberately chosen not to because you know that your best interest is not fighting.
We're just replaying the clip, by the way, it ended.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
It was kind of short. It got cut short, but
okay, no problem.
Actually, it's funny because Consciously was filming it, and he was standing.
Oh, he
right
was
by
filming
me.
it. Okay.
Yeah, that was Consciously filming. But it's wild because I kind of do agree with you, Mike. I am very biased because I do love Mike, but to be fair, I think he knew what he was walking into and he was fully ready. Like he was ready. He knew he was about to get the heat. He was ready. And I feel like if he would have, there were other politicians that had came and they just came and they went, like they left. They didn't even engage with people. He was walking around. But then again, when he was speaking, like his whole entire speech was like a campaign trial. Like, I believe in this. I believe in that. This is why I should continue to be a senator. So I think for him, it was really to like show that like, hey, I'm one of the cool guys, you know, and a lot of the cadence of how he spoke kind of was reminiscent of Obama. I don't know if you guys could tell like the hand gestures and stuff. But in general, I don't know what the hell he was thinking coming to that event. Like it was bad for him. He got ambushed by multiple people, but I mean, he had all the answers.
What did he say? A cessation of what was that?
Cessation of hostilities. I actually had to Google that. It's literally a synonym for ceasefire.
Yeah.
Without saying
and also he at the very end he's kind of lying when he's like, hey, but I think the best thing forward is negotiations. And it's like, yeah, that's what you're saying. Like you were saying, why won't you sign on for a ceasefire agreement when that's the only thing that's released hostages, right? The hostage exchange. It was like that,
I mean, that's for the ones that are alive. I mean, how many are alive? I'm sorry, I hate to be this crass, but like,
oh, it's true at this point.
I don't know how
even
many
the top officials have already
alive,
said that. Yeah, I know. They've also said that as well. Yeah, behind the scenes. So
I don't know.
A lot of the hostages are dead. That's just the reality. I mean, that's what happens when you fucking bomb everything. When you just glass an entire fucking region, that's probably going to happen. And like, I don't know how that's going to get anyone back.
Yeah. I just don't know what hostages you're going to be negotiating for because, respectfully, even the Israeli military has struck places where hostages have been. And so it's like, well, you guys clearly don't care. I don't know. He was very clearly media trained. He was very clearly ready. I don't even think my conversation with him really fundamentally changed anything that he's going to do in action. But if I'm going to talk all that shit on the camera, I have to like back it up in person too. You know, I can't just be talking my shit.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks,
everybody give Ariana her flowers. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Really good.
Yeah. What I do think is gonna happen is that when Cory Booker inevitably runs for president again, he's gonna bring like these types of things up. Like, listen, I engaged with the ceasefire protesters. We had disagreements, but I heard them out. Like, this is what politicians do all the time. Still, like, part of the reason why I said like it's important for politicians to at least listen and let us yell at them is because of the way other Democrats are handling this. So I wanted to share this article from you, for you. So this is from Politico. So the DNC is trying to like restructure their entire fucking convention just to make sure that ceasefire protesters
and put it online, right?
Oh my God, stop.
Yeah.
What?
That's way better than ending a genocide to appease the protesters. Is just like, let's move the whole thing online so protesters can't like cause
and they can't move it online because they already made these agreements to hold the convention there in person. So they're trying to do parts of it online, like online, offline, take elements from the 2020 convention, which was when, in the middle of COVID, and try to have a lot more pre-recorded speeches, because what they are fearing right now is a repeat of 1968. For those who don't know, 1968 saw thousands of anti-Vietnam War protesters, both inside and outside of the convention, and then all hell broke loose, as it usually does when the cops were unleashed on them. They got their asses beat. It was terrible. And maybe you all can guess what happened. That year, the Democrat lost. Johnson chose not to seek re-election, and Humphrey lost. Nixon won. And I don't know if this is a pattern or something, but it seems like whenever Democrats tell their base to go fuck themselves, they end up losing. It happened in 1968, happened in 2016. So I feel like there's a lesson to be learned here from, what's happening.
Doesn't work. The Hillary Clinton of it all doesn't actually win elections, telling kids that they're dumb. And they need to Pokemon go to the polls and then learn about October 7th and all this kind of shit. God,
no, you really like, what are you guys thinking using Hillary Clinton as your spokesperson? Like, there's so many, like, you might as well just put John Fetterman in front of the camera at this point. Like, it's so bad. I genuinely don't know many people that like Hillary Clinton. I'm going to be honest with you.
I've never met somebody in real life that likes Hillary Clinton.
That's
Me
true.
neither.
Actually.
Yeah. I mean,
They
She's like an industry plant. Like they keep pushing her, but it's like things like you're never gonna win. No one's ever gonna like you. You're unlikable.
Legend of the Hillary.
I met a Buttigieg supporter in real life.
I've met tons of K-hivers in real life. Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
It was an old lady that liked Buttigieg. I'm like, of course you love him. But actually, 2 Buttigieg supporters in real life. Never a Hillary supporter though. Like, I feel like they're all.
Does she say that counts as her gay friend? Was she like, this is my gay friend? I'll vote
oh
for
my god.
Well, okay, so the first one was at a town hall. I was wearing a Bernie shirt, and she's like, "Oh, I love your Bernie shirt." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, fellow Bernie supporter." She's like, "I really like Buttigieg." I'm like, "Oh, go fuck yourself." The second time, I didn't say that to her face. I was thinking it, right?
I forgot Mike hates old people.
Wow.
The second time, I think a liberal misread the room because I was at like an event like with family and whatnot, and this lady was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a boomer. I'm really liking Buttigieg," and I think that she thought that I would be impressed because I was there with my husband. So she's like, I'm cool with the gays," and I'm like, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. She's like, oh really?
Wait, you said that? Oh my god, you are cold-blooded.
I mean, this was like right after Iowa. This was right after Iowa, where he tried to.
Yeah, revoking your allyship, both of you.
He had just tried to Juan Guaido the Iowa caucus, so I was fucking pissed.
Fair.
Like I was so irate.
Okay.
So that was the worst time for her to say that, and I think she probably thought I was a freak. I am, but like that, I couldn't handle the Buttigieg love. So yeah, it's like I wanted her to know that we do not claim him, we do not support him. That's not impressive to me.
Damn.
I'm wondering if it's more like his identity resonates with people, because if you actually look at his track record, it's really terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing in the transportation field at all.
Right.
I've heard and seen that that's kind of one of the more ridiculous positions for him to be put in. He's great at going on camera and giving sound bites, though. Not great for like big emergencies. All the trains that just keep on like derailing and filling entire towns with chemicals, and everyone's like, "That's bad. All the animals died. That normally doesn't happen, but they're all dead." But yeah, so that stopped though, right? America stopped with the trains crashing.
Everything's fine now. It's
okay, cool.
We're doing the plane stuff everywhere.
Nice.
You know,
oh yeah,
planes.
Boeing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some don't have landing gear. Doors are blowing off. But they're all okay. So you know,
the
you're all talking about
whistleblower
it.
ended up dead out of nowhere.
Two of them, yeah.
Two?
I think he did now. Yeah, it's just a thing that happens.
And there's more whistleblowers. It's like, get them in the witness protection program.
Yeah.
I mean,
Protect the witness, the whistleblower.
Yeah.
I had a friend. I went to God. Where did I go? I was at PAX in Boston and just hanging out. This fun little video game festival, and a friend of mine's there from Texas, and she's like, man, I wasn't going to come, but it was a total last minute decision. And I'm like, oh, well, last minute plane tickets? Like, how'd that work? She's like, well, you wouldn't believe how cheap Alaska Airlines is now that a door blew off. Like, wait, for real? Like, yeah, it turns out nobody wants to fly them anymore, so they're super cheap now. I'm like, okay.
That's so sad because I actually liked Alaska. Scary. They're more sufferable than some of the other airlines.
Oh,
yeah, they're pretty nice, but you know, doors flying open. They're you know. I saw something. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't Alaska. There was a woman sleeping inside of the luggage bin. Did you guys see this recently?
What?
Like,
no.
I want a photo of that.
Yeah, there's a photo somewhere. I'm gonna find it on Twitter. She climbed up and like just crawls into the luggage area, the suitcase area, and sleeps.
Oh my god!
And the comment was like, "Well, yeah, she does." You saw it?
I just
Wait,
saw it.
Can we find this, please?
It's exactly what you think.
Please share with the class. Please
hold
share.
on. Yes. Yeah. I'll send it to Mike. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, I did see this. Okay.
And they're like, well, yeah, she's just trying to avoid getting blown out of the door. That's all.
Okay, it's in the chat. Mike.
Okay.
Oh, that's wild.
This is unreal. Was there? I wonder if there was like a fine or anything like that. Like, did this person get in trouble? Wow.
I would assume so. That's got to be against FAA regulations. It's certainly.
Oh, FAA regulations are so flimsy. I'm pretty sure you could get away
really?
with a lot of shit. Yeah.
I saw recently that woman who was like hallucinating or something on the plane. That turned out that was fake. She didn't actually not see anyone. You know, the one who got kicked off for being like,
oh,
"Who is
right.
that? Who is that?" Yeah, apparently that was a bit.
Oh.
Oh, that motherfucker isn't real?
Well, I think that person. I think it turned out that was fake.
Wow.
Wow.
Huh.
The link isn't working for me for some reason.
Yeah.
Do you have a different one? The USA Today one isn't.
Oh, really? If you go to Google Image and I just typed "woman sleeping in luggage bin," it's it's like 40 or 50 pictures of it. Oh, the Korean link blurred her face out for privacy concerns, I guess. Every other link did not.
It's giving me stock images of people sleeping at the airport.
Okay, I'll get the News 18 story for you.
Yeah,
shit.
Here you go. I got it for you. Here's
okay.
In the chat. There, this one for sure.
Oh, there we go. This is working. Okay. Okay.
We did it.
David
Wait, did you guys see that video that's going viral of that guy that's in like he's like in a hammock in a public bus and he's like, show me the rule.
Yeah,
that seemed very staged. That one.
Oh, really? You thought it was staged?
The hammock one seemed very staged.
Okay.
It was so funny though.
Yeah.
Why?
Why is she there?
She looks comfortable though.
She does look comfortable.
Yeah, she's chilling.
You get to lie down.
She's not bothering anybody. She's just laying up.
Gives me claustrophobia.
That's funny.
Okay, so the hammock thing. So that was real, or was that not? Sorry.
I don't.
I have no
idea. Very staged. That looked
okay, but it was so funny that it was.
I could be wrong.
Funny.
I could be wrong. I'm not saying from a place of.
It was staged. Right. You are correct.
It was staged. Yeah, it looked staged. It was very staged.
USA Today is reporting that it was staged. I saw someone write online that this is exactly what Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny would do. Even his like line of argumentation.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, that is true. That is like that's exactly what he would do. That's true. Oh, that makes me sad. I didn't know it was staged.
It seems staged.
It's one of those videos where my allegiances switched multiple times. I'm like, I guess that is kind of unreasonable because it could be a danger to people. But he does have a point, and he does look comfortable. I don't know. Who's at fault here?
Oh
man. Did y'all see the big debates have been announced? It's happening.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't really.
The battle of the geriatrics.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea for either of them.
No.
If I were on either team, I would advise against it. I feel like Trump is going to say something to incriminate himself. Biden's brain might like malfunction. And I just don't want to see that. It just, but I'm going to have to watch it because, I mean, we talk about the shit on the show. So it's like an obligation. It's like, oh, now I have to commit to this too.
This sounds like must-see TV to me. I mean, you got one guy who might incriminate himself and one guy who might just malfunction live on TV.
Train wreck, you can't stop watching.
You gotta
it's like
watch
I don't want to watch it. I don't care, but I have to.
I'm scared. I'm not even American, and I'm scared. I'm scared for the world. I just like November's coming up. It's happening, and things are just getting worse and worse. And it's like I can't, in good conscience, tell people to vote for Joe Biden. Not in the middle of like a genocide. It just kind of feels.
Oh, so you want Trump to win?
Yeah, that's
how it works.
God, I did a video today that I put out about Jordan Klepper getting booed from the audience, and it was really just kind of like a segue into a bigger segment about polls and whatnot. And I had so many libs in the comments like unsubscribing. I'm like, what? Because I talked about the fucking polls. Are you that delicate? Jesus Christ. I mean,
okay, so it seems a little early for debates, right? So this has got to be like the earliest they've ever done this, right?
Well, it's not until June.
Yeah.
It'll be
Not
June
until
27th, I think.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what I thought too.
All right.
It
But
is
still,
but
I
it
mean,
is earlier though.
It's still early. Like it's normally in the fall, right? I mean, at least I feel like it is.
No, you're right. There's a reason for that actually. Or there's the speculation about why Joe Biden is doing this. So any past president who was polling as bad as he is, that debated later never recovered. So his hope is that if he debates earlier, he can maybe recover if there's anything bad. Hopefully give him a boost. So there's a reason why, he wanted it to be earlier, which is the good move if you're going to do it, because if there's some catastrophic mistake that he makes, some gaffe, then he has time to kind of recover
to fix it.
Is
this like a non-sanctioned? Is this like a an exhibition fight in the sense?
Yeah.
Where, I've read that it's not. I guess the commission or committee on debates is not actually like overseeing this or organizing it.
Oh,
so I don't know if it's like, is this like an off the grid kind of thing? Like it's just like a friendly spar for exhibition's sake, like the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson boxing match, or like in boxing they're like, well, no committee will sanction this, so if you do it, it's on you. If he dies, he dies.
I gotta be honest with you. The whole thing seems very perverse. Both of them.
This is the political equivalent of that, basically. Like, wait, do we want to watch this? Yes, we do.
Yes, we still will.
Want to see an old man get punched in the face? Probably.
Not really.
Oh, man.
Maybe, yeah.
Like not really.
They're both bad people, but
yeah, it's literally the same for me. It's like, all right, if I don't watch it, everyone on my timeline is gonna be talking about it, so I at least should catch a little bit of this.
Right.
Well, and part of me on some sick level is just like kind of secretly hoping that Mike Tyson is just gonna light him up, and then that'll be like pretty wild to see. And then it might not be that, and it'll just be depressing, and I'll just be watching an old man get beat up by like a 8-year-old or something. And like, why? Why am I doing this? It's sick. Yeah,
it's sick. It really is.
Yeah.
I feel like also I don't know if you guys know Under the Desk News, but they do a lot of like news videos on TikTok. They're like one of the biggest news TikTokers, and they did a video about how Joe Biden is just not listening to the younger voters anymore, because
none of them are.
Yeah, because they're really leaning their analysis, which I agree with, because I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. Their analysis is that, okay, the Biden administration has accepted that they've lost the younger generation. They're really going to tap into the Republicans that are like, oh, Trump never again, and the liberals that are like, Trump never again. And so their analysis said that, okay, the way that we can combat this is that if younger generation, so 18 through like 32, 33, goes in and registers even as independent for this upcoming election, so that they can really see like within the registration numbers that they're screwed. But I mean, I don't know how many people we can mobilize to actually do that, or how feasible that is. You know what I mean? And their strategy is just so bad. Exactly. It's a risky bet.
The undecided vote worked out really well in terms of like actually flexing the fact that you need to do this in key swing states like Michigan. Look, the tens of thousands of people have chosen to say we are uncommitted, and we are kind of single issue on this at this point. Like I equate it like this. I see every other week McDonald's is so desperate and trying so hard to get customers back, just being like, the $5 mega meals back, the McRibs back, the $4 mega meal, the $3 mega meal, and everyone's like, just say that you no longer are going to do business in the occupied West Bank, and I'll go buy your food, your shit food, right? I don't care about the deals or the values or any of that. And I think a lot of voters feel the same way about Joe Biden. It's like they're not going to be able to get past, like, it's too horrifying to wake up every day and to turn on social media and to see this much like dead children. I never in my lifetime thought I would experience this, but everyone is simultaneously, and it's fucking us up. And like when people are like, why are the kids so serious and they're all angry and stuff? This is why, because they all see with their own eyes what's happening. They like, you can't lie to them anymore. You can't say this is actually not happening as bad as you think. It's a military operation. It's in self-defense. It's like, but there's nothing left. This looks like y'all nuked them. This looks like this is what nuclear explosions are supposed to look like. People are mad for a reason. And they're not going to just randomly be like, you know what, all right, the lesser of two evils, here we go. Like a lot of young voters are like, fuck you. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so sad. And I feel helpless. That's the problem.
It's a radicalizing moment for a lot of people, because it just, when you see these images, nothing else matters. Like all the arguments that they make, nothing else matters. Like, I want that to stop. Like, and every single day there's more. And regardless if you want to see it or not, it pops up. Like, there was a video of a little boy with half of his head blown off. It was like hollow. That one haunted me all night. I couldn't get it off of my mind. And I'm like, man, that little boy is younger than my niece. Like, what is, it's just, people aren't going to forget this. You know what I mean? And I think that right now, part of the problem that Biden has is that even if, let's say, he did a 180 tomorrow, I think it's too late. I think that too many people are gone, So what his only option at this point is to try to win back the people he lost. That's going to be difficult, but I think there's going to be a lot that would choose to suck it up and vote for him to stop Trump. But really what he has to focus on now is registering new Democratic Party voters, people who aren't engaged. That's really the ticket. And that's every single election, right? Democrats have two jobs. You get out your base and you register enough new voters, because the Republican Party, it's going to have that same amount of people every single time. If you look at polls, Trump is hanging on to more of his base than Biden. Biden is losing more of his base, particularly young people and non-white people. And that's why he's behind in every single swing state. And there was a report that Biden is reportedly denying the polls. He thinks he's actually ahead. So
yeah, that's real.
And then you have people like Morning Joe also saying that these polls that the New York Times and Siena College is producing, their junk polls. So he's reinforcing this idea that nothing is wrong. You don't have to change a thing. And everything is copacetic. Just keep on steaming right ahead. And it's just, we're watching a train wreck in the future, but also one right now. And they don't know how to stop. And part of it that is so frustrating is all of the gaslighting. Like, politicians are still pretending like they can lie to us. Like, this is the Vietnam War. Times have changed, right? Like, we see footage. The people who you are genociding, they can actually film what you're doing and show all of us. So the old propaganda tricks no longer work, which is why they want to ban TikTok.
Yeah,
it's not because of the Chinese AI and insidiousness and turning the kids anti-Semitic and all that.
You know what really pisses me off about that too? At the event that I was at, and Cory Booker was there, this event was all influencers. I mean, I hate to say it, I'm a content creator / influencer, right? So a lot of us use TikTok as one of our main platforms, and Cory Booker actually voted for the TikTok ban. And a lot of people were going up to him and they were like, why are you pandering to us so that we promote you right now at this event when you banned our source of income, our source of livelihood, and our source to promote you? And he, once again, had some sort of like a regular political response. You have that other person, I believe he's definitely a congressman. And he had 5 million followers on TikTok, and he voted for the TikTok ban. And I was like, why are government officials, including the president himself, on an app that they claim is a national security? And why did y'all wrap that TikTok ban within a bill that included sanctions on Iran and Russia? Like, two different issues. I don't understand, right? Because that's the only way you knew that you could pass that bill, is wrapping it in with sanctions. So it's just like, and also one other thing that the American government is really not considering with the TikTok ban is that people can go on TikTok and make money like that. You can get something off of TikTok Shop and like promote it, get whatever commissions off of it. You can join the creator beta program, which is much faster, much more lucrative, like faster lucrative than, what YouTube is. YouTube, you have to work on it for a year.
Hold on. I got to make a note of this. What am
I'm telling you.
Well, in Canada, I've got 26,000 TikTok followers, and I'm not allowed in the creator program yet. So I think it's an American thing.
You're in Canada. I'm sorry.
We're a made-up country.
We're a joke. Can't do it. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, man. But in general, you can, and it's like the government is gonna completely take away like what $500 extra a month is literally food on the table for some families. $1,000 a month is maybe preschool for someone's child. Like, people are living paycheck to paycheck. The average American has about $5,000 in their bank account, lives paycheck to paycheck. So you guys are gonna take away this app. Are you guys gonna offer government subsidies for all of us that depend on TikTok to put food on the table? Like, they haven't thought about any of this.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Can I quickly give a shout out to J Marianne, who just raided with a really large raid. Hi everybody, welcome in. You're watching Leftist Mafia, and our special guests today are Ariana, Jasmine, and Megaran. And you can see their socials right by their names, and go follow them all, subscribe to them. Also, James from the internet, go subscribe to him, and Lost SIOUX, go subscribe to him as well. All in the chats.
How many people? How many people are we talking about?
A couple hundred.
Did
you want an exact number?
Yeah.
Hey,
Tinder's all business,
Nice.
All business.
Right.
She just said, Ariana just said that I can make a ton of money on TikTok. I'm on it. I'm getting on there.
Ton of money, you say?
Do you have TikTok skills though? Because Mike over here didn't even know where the volume button was on Instagram. So.
Yeah, that's gonna make a difference.
I knew
it. You have the skills for it.
That was the thing that happened.
I saw a really good question here, which is one that I would say I wish Troy Clark was the only sad guy asking this question. Why can't the glorious United States of America find some other inspirational people to lead us? Is there an easy answer to that? Like, why these people? Why?
I mean,
It's the
I feel
system.
Like it's money in politics. Yeah.
That's the system itself. It's rotten to the core. I mean, look, not to be overly cynical, which everybody is bitching at me being too cynical, so I'm just gonna double down on that today. We were kind of fucked from the start, right? Like we kind of credit the founders as these brilliant people. They weren't brilliant. They were actually very stupid. They shit in holes in the ground. They were just like all of us. We don't need to deify them. They were slave owners. They were shitty people, and they designed a constitution that was built around keeping slavery. Like, and we still have that system, right? Like, we've changed it incrementally over centuries, but for the most part, the reason why it doesn't work is because of the way our system is designed. We have a bicameral legislature that allows for divided government, meaning nothing gets done. And when it's not divided, when they work together, they fuck us. That's like the one time when something is bad, when we see bipartisanship. It's like, oh God, what are they doing? Oh, they're banning TikTok. Oh, they're supporting genocide. And on top of that, it's the electoral system as well. So we have a two-party system, not because it's illegal for third parties to run. We have hundreds of third parties, but we have a two-party system because of Duverger's law. So we have a majoritarian system where every single person has just one representative. So in other countries, it's not necessarily like that. Like, you have multiple representatives. So, you vote for one person and the top 5 go to Congress. It's more proportional. So we just have a system that really disadvantages us. We also have a presidential as opposed to a parliamentary system. There's things I like about that. I do like directly electing the president, but it costs and benefits, right? But overall, that's all a problem. And the underlying issue that makes everything just not work is the fact that we have a late stage capitalist system where every single thing has become commodified. Even our elections have become commodified. And so it's all about money. And if you want democracy, you've got to have money. If you want something to be passed, you've got to have lobbying power. And I'm not just talking out of my ass. Like, there's a 2014 Princeton University study by Drs. Gillens and Page, and they found that when you look at policy outcomes and you compare business interests, economic elites, and just regular people have a statistically insignificant impact on what gets passed. It's all elites and business interests. Yeah. So it's just a fundamentally unrepresentative system. And you can make tweaks around the edges, ranked choice voting here and there, single transferable vote, different things. But at the end of the day, so long as we have this capitalist system in place, nothing is going to change, unfortunately. And that's not to get you down. It's just you need to know what to fight or what you're fighting, so that way you respond accordingly.
Yeah. I have a question for you guys, and this may be a little controversial. I totally agree with you, Mike, by the way. But what do you guys think about the people that run under third parties? Because I agree with them, but at the same time, I'm like, we all know you don't have a good chance at winning. Is this a clout chase? For some of them, I really genuinely do think that, even though I don't want to. I agree with your policies, but you're going to lose. Why are you doing this? I don't know. I just want to see what you guys think.
I feel like, I don't know, I guess you can't jump into anything kind of expecting to lose, but in these situations, I think a win is different, the amount of percentage that you can take away from different sides is in general, I think usually a win. at least for these folks. I think that's what they consider. If you can get a significant chunk of folks behind you, it's a win. Like, you're maybe not trying to take the seat, but I do think that little bit of, just taking away from, just the people, letting the people speak. I think that's really what it's all about. It's like letting the people have a voice to be like, hey man, like 12% of people chose me. Like that is important. Like that's big. So, it very well could be a clout chase for some people just to, get in that, in that scene. But I really do feel like those small victories, like a win just looks different when you're a fringe candidate or something like that, or third party. I think that a win isn't the way we would consider a win to be. That's just
I agree with that 100%. I think that ideally, if you threaten the power structure, then in theory they should make concessions, right? Like, so for example, if the Green Party is taking in a big enough amount of Democratic Party voters, if our system worked, then they would try to appeal to Green Party voters. And Democrats have done that to an extent. For example, Jill Stein, she introduced policies like student debt cancellation. More Democrats support that. So a lot of these policies originate from these third parties. There are certainly clout chasers like Tiger King. What is his name? Tiger King?
No, God.
He ran for president and shit.
He did run. Wow.
Yeah, there's people who run for president. But the problem is that we have a presidential system, not a parliamentary system. So it's not like Europe, where in Germany, for example, if you get like 5%, you could form a coalition with the Social Democrats, as Green Party did. So here, for me anyways, because I go back and forth. Like I voted for Jill Stein in 2016. I voted for Joe Biden in 2020. I'm going to vote for either Claudia de la Cruz or Cornel West or Jill Stein. I don't know who's going to be on the ballot, so I'm going to vote for one of them. But I know that they're not going to win, because that's not possible. Even if they get like 30% of the vote, you win by winning the Electoral College.
Right.
But for me, it's just about like, it's kind of a protest vote. Like, fuck Joe Biden. I don't want to support the system. At the same time, I would reconsider if I lived in a battleground state, because I don't want Trump to win. So it's more like a strategy of voting. And I don't know how I would handle that. But I don't talk about that a lot, because I don't want people who are living in like a swing state that have to begrudgingly vote for Biden. I don't want them to feel like shit because they're making a difficult choice. Like, none of us want Trump to win, but we also hate Biden. So we're kind of backed into a corner, and we don't have a lot of options. That being said, though, I do think that there are legitimate criticisms of Green Party candidates and third party candidates in general. And it's that during non-election years, I wish that they would do more to actually do electoral reform. Like if you do ranked choice voting and get that on a ballot initiative, that could, it's not going to be a game changer. So I don't want people to think that it's going to be a panacea. But I think that like the Green Party has really good organizational power. They genuinely do.
Yeah,
I just wish they would use it in other ways as well. But
I don't agree with that. I don't think they do at all. I mean, if they did,
well, they can get on the ballot. I think that counts for something.
I mean, why wouldn't they run down ballot candidates? The whole problem with third parties, they
do run down ballot candidates,
but they don't really take it seriously though. It's all, for most third parties, it's all about running a presidential candidate every 4 years just so they get attention. And they make this grand case that this attention will lead to them getting on more ballots in more states in the future, and that it'll trickle down ballot. And this has been going on for decades now, and we've seen nothing. How many Green Party candidates are in the House, in the Senate? How many Green Party candidates are in state houses? Yeah. I mean, it's just, they're not. And it's just like, I generally support third parties, obviously, but until a third party comes along that actually shows how they're going to get into power, let alone wield this, hypothetical power they have never had, then it is sort of a pointless thing. Because, again, the whole argument that they'll make is, oh, no, it's to expand our access. Well, but we've been hearing that for decades now, and it's done nothing.
Yeah, I think if they focused on actually getting congressional seats, that would make a huge difference. So I do agree with you there. You're not wrong.
I do encourage people also to concentrate on local elections. Like, I know everyone here knows who she
100%.
is, but some people don't know who Shama Sawant is. Shama Sawant is on the city council in Seattle, and she was the reason why she's a socialist. She's an independent, and no one shows up to local elections. The turnout rate is so low that she got into power, and she's the reason they got $15 minimum wage. She's the reason they got rent price freezing, and there was a lot of big money that came after her. They tried to what's it called when you not impeach, but when you try to they tried to primary her, and it was the real estate industry backing it, and there was a grassroots movement that fought back and won. So you can defeat within this exact structure. Just people always think about the sexy elections, presidential ones.
Yeah.
Yes, show up, Berkeley. Show up.
Yeah.
I
One thing
agree.
I will. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I see a lot of content creators that are political, and this is no tea, no shade. Like, I'm not trying to like talk shit on anyone, but they immediately okay. Let me get my let me spill the tea. No, but they
name drop.
Literally, they immediately go for congressional seats. And although I do agree that congressional seats are important, I just think I love AOC. I'm literally wearing her sweater. I don't have anything against her, but I just feel like when you go in with the intention of being grassroots, you go into a system that's so large and so federal that it's so corporatized that as much as grassroots that you can be, you realize that, hey, if I'm the loud, person that I was organizing, I'm not going to go anywhere here. And then you kind of have to conform to the system. But if you go in local, so many seats are uncontested in local states, like in local compartments like city council, supervisor, all these different school board is super important, especially in southern states, incredibly important. And
you get to choose police budgets too if in the city council.
I'm really good friends with an assembly member out in San Jose, and he tells me all the cool initiatives that he's been passing in California. And it's just like the most little things that you may not think about. Like, oh, no more towing is allowed because low-income families really, get hurt from that. So for example, right? So if you're a low-income person, it was, I don't know exactly what the details were, but he kind of like put a lot of restrictions on the towing in California. And that's huge because if you're a low-income family, like you have to pay $400 just to get your car out, So you can do so much change locally, and I feel like a lot of people just look at the federal races, and although that's great, like I love having Maxwell Frost or AOC or Rashida Tlaib, like I think they're very important, but at the end of the day, when you start off small, growing can also be so much like more beneficial because you make so many connections. And there's also great organizations like Run for Something that are a nonprofit that can literally help guide you in your small race. So I could put that link in the chat for anyone that is thinking about running, but they're a nonprofit that also helps people. But I'm just saying, like, more people should run for local offices. Like, you can do a lot of change. It's not just federal seats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. One more thing that I will say on the third party subject is that even though there's always this talk of like, oh, spoilers, I think that's kind of overstated, because when you have Green Party and Libertarian Party on the same ticket, they're both going to pull from the Democrat and Republican respectively, and Libertarian usually takes more from the Republicans. And one thing that people don't focus on with regard to third parties is if you don't like the top of the ticket, just participating itself is a net good, I think, because that helps down ballot Democrats, for example. So like maybe you don't like Biden, so you vote for like Cornel West, but then you vote for a Democrat congressperson. That does help, and it's the same is true on the opposite side for Republicans as well. So that is one benefit. But yeah, it is difficult because local races are so important. But like for podcasters and streamers and whatnot, it's hard to cover that because there's literally thousands of candidates across the country. So it's hard to like get somebody excited about something that they have to kind of seek out themselves, because everybody is very busy and preoccupied and doesn't have time, and everybody's like focused on other things. So it's really hard to get people involved. And like when you get involved in politics, you don't necessarily stay involved, right? Like I tried to get my mom to vote forever, and she finally registered in 2016 and voted for Bernie, and then Bernie lost, and she's like, I guess I'm done.
That's enough politics for me.
He's like, and I'm out.
Yeah. So it's really difficult. She did end up voting for Jill Stein and down ballot Democrats in that election in 2016. She voted for Biden in 2020. She was like, and I'm officially done. But it's hard to get people engaged because the system really beats you down, right? Like you get involved, you get kicked in the teeth. If you're like a millennial or Gen Z person, you start getting interested in politics and realize how fucked we are, and then you're like, okay, I'm checking out. Mentally, that's the best place. So it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, I thought we were gonna be talking about rap battle here. That's what I showed up.
Yeah, so I make it around. It's been all
right.
depressing topics.
No, I gotta run in like 10 minutes, but I'd love to go around the table and lighten the mood with Kendrick or Drake. What do you think?
Oh God!
We did
If
this.
you say Drake, you gotta go. I'm sorry. If you say Drake, you gotta go.
If you say Drake, you're a cop. You're definitely. I don't trust you. If you say Drake,
you're a cop.
I need you to present
Agreed.
A full PowerPoint on why.
The math.
So Matt has something to say. He is kind of a Drake stan.
What?
All right, Drake, give it to us, Matt.
No, I'm just.
No.
Mike is making it up. I don't listen to either of them, to be honest.
I've been trying to get you into Kendrick for so long. I'm always pushing it on you too.
Just to connect it a little bit. I don't know if you guys have heard the really great Macklemore song, Heinz Hall.
Heinz Hall, yeah.
Oh yeah. All of the proceeds were also donated from
and he's
that song.
donating all the proceeds.
Yeah.
It's so good. So shout out to Macklemore for
he
really
came through.
amazing.
I feel bad for ever making fun of him.
I know.
We all
my
did.
God! Stop.
We all
did.
It's okay. But he decringed. Okay.
I feel like he fell off, and then he came out of nowhere with a kufiya, and he was like, "Free Palestine." I was like, "Oh shit, okay, like, you're back."
So,
Period.
there's a rapper. What is his name? Is it? I don't know if I want to say Modest Yahoo, but there's a rapper who like
I saw that
dissed him and like was like, no, you can't be serious here, and just like completely disses him. It's not that
terrible.
great of a song.
Is that the one where it's like, you're not Macklemore, you're Mackle-less? It's like that
yeah.
It's pretty bad.
The funniest part about that,
your rap is crap. I remember that.
Oh right, he rhymed rap with crap. That's amazing. That's not even Mariasu or whatever his name is. That's a different guy. Nobody knows that because nobody knows who he is. I think Juniper pointed that out. I'm like,
lesser known person with the same name.
Like, yeah, he shared somebody else's rap, and it's not actually him.
Oh, he shared it, but it's not him rapping. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, very interesting. Okay, I got the link. I'm gonna just put in the chat because it's pretty bad. The fact that he said your rap is crap is like, all right, you are. you did the thing. He did the thing, and it's not good. Yeah,
I've been doing this thing ever since that massive, beef back and forth went down of re-listening to basically all of Kendrick's discography over and over and over, and man, it's been great. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, I've done the same. I started digging back in the Kendrick stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, like there's some special stuff here. I have friends who feel like Drake was in a lose-lose. Like there was no way that he could have come out of this with a win, except for his hubris and his ego making him think
hubris.
Because
blinded by hubris,
he flew too close to the sun, man. Because I mean, I don't know. I guess you could say like, okay, Drake had been sort of battle tested. He'd been through this a little bit, and we had not seen Kendrick in rap battles, engage before. So maybe that's the only reason you could have thought. And then there's some kind of weird unwritten thing that no one had proved, that we just thought Kendrick took a long time to write songs. And so that was going to be Drake's advantage, where he would pile up.
He said that he has to be musically inspired. He's one of those people who doesn't just make an album to make a new album, like Mr. Morales. He actually felt that like part of that was just a necessary experience, and then like said like, don't worship me, like that's not, don't do hero worship. You shouldn't do this. The music comes as it comes, but don't expect me to like be your savior or stuff like that. And he just pumped out so many incredible songs over the course of like the last month.
So fast, like these songs just came and they were so good. And I feel like, Drake will be fine. Like, this won't be like a 50 Cent and Ja Rule, if you guys are old enough to remember that.
I remember that. I remember the Ja
Oh yeah,
Rule
he's wearing the indigenous sweatshirt. I forgot about that.
Wait, can we
I
just
just
talk about how he
remember-
called Macklemore Wacklemore?
Who is this guy?
That's what I started
Now we
laughing
need to know. The
at.
guy who has the viral video where he's got
Who are you?
Not this track on Macklemore, but yeah, I only know.
I just
people
have to mention it because Mega Ran brought it up. I forgot about the Ja Rule. I remember him saying "gay unit." That shit was so fucking funny. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
Oh, that's terrible. But yeah, like Ja Rule kind of got like run out of favor, as a result of the beef. So like, I don't know if that can happen to Drake. I feel like Drake's a way too powerful of a hit maker. But man, like literally everybody in the industry has turned on this guy. So I don't know. It's a really interesting situation.
You can't.
Yeah.
You
I don't
can't.
know. I'll always think of him as the Degrassi guy.
The Degrassi guy.
Canadian Degrassi guy.
I'll always think of him as the "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" clip of him saying, "Hey, can we make a song saying we're not pedophiles?" Like,
I don't diddle kids. I don't
What?
diddle kids.
Wait, can we play that clip? Oh my god, that was so
That
funny.
I think he would probably get copyright claims. You haven't seen that?
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god, you haven't seen the pedophile
Wait,
song?
don't
for
get us
Sunny in
copyright.
Philadelphia?
Yeah, we
No,
don't
I
want
just-
a DMCA violation.
I've
I
had
can't
too
play
many-
it, but
It's so good.
Too
though.
many leftist
So
mafia
good.
episodes have gotten copyright.
Really?
Take it. It's been one after the other. My YouTube revenue way down this.
Oh no. Oh,
But Ben, do you watch It's Always Sunny? Did you watch that show? Is that like?
I don't watch much TV.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't get the reference then.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look up the clip with Danny DeVito, pedophile song or something, that's basically just Drake's response to
Yeah,
Kendrick, the
basically.
latest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He tried
did
to
the
make
movie
it
movie
about
guy.
Paul.
I
It
can't-
was weird.
Diddle kids.
I
very
can't
weird.
commit to a TV show.
Diddle kids.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, are we gonna play this? Let's hear these
All right.
bars.
All right, you
Yeah,
ready?
shoot.
Yeah, ready.
Ready.
What's up, Macklemore? I mean, Macklemore. You think we forgot that outfit you wore on stage in Seattle 2014? Most
Macklemore.
anti-Semitic shit I ever seen. That wasn't random.
He's
man.
apologized for
What
that, by
kind
the
of
way.
buffoon
Oh,
dress-
by the way, the ADL accepted his apology for that.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
he
Well, that was
came
before
forward.
the ADL found out that Macklemore was pro-Palestine. Now they
He wasn't. He
Oh,
wasn't.
yeah,
now
now
he wasn't at the time. This
Take
was
it back.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So his excuse for that was like, listen, I just was coming on stage with a disguise. I didn't know this would be anti-Semitic. I think that's extremely naive because, like,
honestly,
yikes, right? But
I'll
Yikes.
believe that 2014
Wait, what was the
Macklemore
context?
was that dumb. Honestly,
so he
based on his
Context for the
based on his
costume,
musical
though.
output of 20 in during that era, I'll accept that he likely was that dumb.
so basically he I think he was just performing and didn't want people to know it was him. So he just started
okay.
like he was trying to surprise him or something, if I'm remembering
that
correctly.
why?
I
Is
think
it
so. If I'm,
anti-Semitic? Why is it anti-Semitic? I'm
it's
sorry. I'm
basically
just
like
trying
it
to-
looks like a Jewish
look at this,
caricature.
the big nose.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
but
does-
he could.
it
Okay,
does
okay.
look
To
like
be
that.
fair, he could pass for an Iraqi too. Like, if we really want to make that argument, like he could pass for like a Middle Eastern Arab person. No,
I feel like the
It's giving
the
Jewish?
nose
It's-
people are gonna.
it's giving anti-Semitic.
It looks
It's the nose.
It looks a lot like the merchant meme, honestly.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
giving
does.
anti-Semitism.
Okay.
But like we don't
okay.
okay, but no one here has to defend it. It's indefensible.
Right.
And he's
No,
and he's apologized.
Oh,
for
yeah,
it.
he
And
apologized.
People
and he's
allowed
also
to grow
grown.
in a decade. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And this
He
is
said he was
honestly
going
the
to
only-
do the learning, read the books. He did. He read
And-
the books.
Yeah.
he did the
And
learning,
this
he read
is
the
and
theory,
this is
he grew.
and this is also, it's not like, okay, he's been caught numerous times doing this and coming up with excuses. This is literally the only instance I've ever heard, and I think it really has been the only instance. People are allowed
Yeah, as far
to
as I
have
know.
a one-off and actually say, I didn't know, and it being
Yeah.
that it's never happened again and never happened before, it seems like that's the case, honestly.
Like his third big single, it's pretty damn cringe, right? It's pretty much just like gays are cool, but no homo, bro. Not gay, but they're totally normal. But I'm not one of them, but no homo. But yeah, gay, cool, right? Like that, he turned that into
In the
a
third
song.
grade,
Like
I thought I was
cringe.
gay, but I'm
I
not.
thought I was
Not
gay.
gay.
No homo, bro. Love women, love titties, but yeah, gay people are cool. All right, yeah,
Yeah, it was cringe, but I appreciate like what he was trying to do, like with the intent. But yeah, for sure.
You know what? I just looked up the merchant meme. Okay, I see what you guys are talking about. I have not seen the merchant meme. I just want to I just want to give that proclamation. Okay, it's anti-Semitic. I'm sorry. I just googled it and I was like, yeah, it does look like exactly like the merchant meme. So,
but again,
yeah,
he's apologized.
And he acknowledged that it's like, oh yeah, this is
slander on him
anti-Semitism. You know, so he acknowledged that he was wrong, which is good. I mean, look, if you're going to fuck up, the best thing to do is apologize and own it, and then understand why it was wrong. And he did that, you know.
learn.
So
all of us have fucked up. We fuck up,
right?
But the point is, no one has mentioned this in 10 years.
10 years.
But now because he's come out and said that he's pro-Palestinian and has spoken out, now all of a sudden people are bringing this back up. Even though, again, there has never been another instance of him doing this. He seems to have realized his mistake in the moment it happened in 2014, and it's never happened again. But now, because he's dared to speak out for Palestinians, people are trying to now, oh, here he goes again. Because, again, they're trying to conflate just being pro-Palestinian with anti-Semitism, and the two are completely not related whatsoever.
Well, and the line from this was that costume was the most anti-Semitic shit he's ever seen, which is like, oh, that is? I mean, I could think of a lot of other examples of something more anti-Semitic. I get it. He was just trying to rhyme, but still. I'll go back a little bit. Actually, we're not super
Macklemore.
far.
Give me the Macklemore again.
Yeah. We'll go back.
What's up, Macklemore? I mean, Macklemore. You think we forgot that outfit you wore on stage in Seattle 2014? Most anti-Semitic shit I ever seen. That wasn't random, man. What kind of buffoon dresses up like a Jew from a Nazi cartoon to rap about cheapness for the double whammy? They should have canceled your ass. Instead, they gave you a Grammy. The biggest heist of the century by far was that award you stole from Kendrick Lamar. And if you think that you won because your skin color's white, it's a privilege to inform you that you're right. And now you come flying back here like a vulture, ready to appropriate another culture. Caucasian with no skin in the game, using a fight between brown folks to gain fame. Bro, you know better than a war profiteer
indigenous
trying
on
to
it.
revive your stat.
Yeah.
Let's be perfectly
Who is this guy? What's his name? I want to look him up.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
Where's this video from, though? Where's this video from?
It was shared by Modest Yahoo.
Shared it.
I have a genuine question. Was him dressing up anti-Semitic like the downfall of his career and why he kind of went ghost?
No.
Like, what was?
Not at all. No one
Why-
said that.
Okay.
So post him beating out Kendrick, which that never should have happened. Everyone agrees, including Macklemore, who texted Kendrick that night to be like, "That was fucked up. You deserve it." Macklemore then posts the picture of the text to Kendrick, which is kind of cringe. Like, if you're gonna try and do the right thing, do the right thing, or you could have made history by rejecting it and being like, I reject this and I'm giving it to Kendrick, who deserves it.
Totally could have done that.
Something cool like that, right? He'd be remembered forever for that. Anyways, a lot of people were like, Macklemore's kind of cringe, and the whole like no homo song's also kind of cringe. And so he releases another album with Ryan Lewis. It tanks, only sells like 68,000 copies, and then releases an album without Ryan Lewis, which no one knows about. But Macklemore's got multiple albums that none of us have heard, because I just thought he was kind of a clown, right? I wrote him off too as just kind of like someone appropriating like black culture, hip hop culture, not really giving back to or talking about it. But and now people are pointing out, no, the guy was writing all these songs like he's got white privilege 1, 2, and 3. Like he's been in the time, doing the homework, talking, going through the motions. But now with Palestine, he did the reading. Like he said, I'm gonna read a whole bunch of literature that's been recommended to me, and I'm gonna try and figure this out for myself. He did, and came back, and like he has been an awesome advocate for that. And land back, I might add, he was on the NDN Collective podcast recently, advocating for land back,
really
anti-colonization, pro land rights for indigenous people. Yeah, he's crushing it right now.
Macklemore, come on, Leftist Mafia. We'll talk to you.
Hold on, this is so great. This is so great. Okay, so the artist, ready?
I found him.
The artist, it's a guy named Ari Lesser, who grew up in Cleveland Heights, Ohio.
Stop.
Ari B. Lesser.
That's his birth name. Also known, ready for this? Also known as Johnny Rappleseed.
Are you fucking kidding?
He's a Jewish American rapper and spoken word artist. He started rapping at 17 while attending Cleveland Heights High School and began pursuing a music career after arriving at, ready for this, Mike? The University of Oregon in 2004.
Stop.
Oh, wow. Is that your alma mater?
Johnny.
No, I'm PSU.
So okay, in April, on April 12th, this is almost the definition of a hater. I hate to say it. Like, it's like it's the wackest thing to say. Like, oh, you're just a hater, bro. He put out April 12th. He put out a song called "Free Palestine" from Hamas, and it's
wait. Can we
tanked,
listen to it?
Apparently.
Can we listen to it?
Where's the DMCA?
Yeah, I wonder.
It might be. I'm not sure.
I mean, has he heard of the West Bank?
To be DMCA striking anyone? Come on,
you put a clip. Yeah, he's not gonna. He'll appreciate the promotion. The clip is here. I'm just going through his Twitter, and I feel like I hate to say it, like when like you're not a successful rapper and you just like instantly target a successful.
Oh, you get
rapper,
salty.
It's literally like being a hater. You know what I mean? And this is kind of what I think this is. He's like, let me go dig up that 10 year ago thing that he apologized for and did the work, and that's all I got. And now I'm saying you're trying to clout chase because, and to be fair, Macklemore has clout chased a lot in his career. So accusing him of that is kind of plausible, but this is just, and it's like bad. It's a bad rap. Also, most importantly, it's trash. So if you're not good, come on, you got it. I don't know, get a ghostwriter or something.
This is like the rap version, of like the smaller YouTubers that like clickbait bigger YouTubers. Like it's very cringe and very clout chasey. Okay, so we're about 50% through.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get through this.
Oh wow,
it's difficult.
Come on, give us these bars.
Johnny Rappleseed.
Business dragging and downloads lagging. You hop on the pro Hamas bandwagon, but your rap is crap. The only
your rap is crap.
Time your lines don't even
How did he do that? How did he do that?
He's an artiste. The only good Jew is a capo. I never thought I'd see a white SOB accuse Jews like me of white supremacy. What a douche. Haircut like the Hitler Youth. Used to think it was a myth. Now we know the truth. On the track, you act like you're anti-racist, but you're basically saying Jews will not replace us, and you're
basically that's what he's saying.
Man, that's sad. You just gave Donald Trump a free campaign ad.
Not the douche haircut. He said the douche haircut.
Yo,
the way that he just stares at the camera, like he felt like he crushed it. Like, oh my god, that was the best take. That was so fucking good.
Damn.
Oh my god. Johnny Rappleseed, folks.
I cannot believe that's his name.
I honestly love that name. I can't even lie.
Yeah, I know. I
love
can't
that name.
I love terrible jokes, but man, that is bad.
It's the one worst artist name than Timcast. Like the one worst one.
Johnny Rappleseed.
Johnny Rappleseed.
Wait, how do you spell it?
I met a rapper.
Well, he goes by Ari Lesser.
Real name,
His
Ari Lesser.
Wikipedia bio just says also known as Johnny Rappleseed, but it seems like he found fame as Ari Lesser.
Like
Ari
Slim,
Lesser.
Shitty and Eminem. Got it.
There's a rapper. He's a real person, so I don't want to diss him, but it might be the weirdest name I've ever heard. This man's name is Pillsbury Flowboy.
Pillsbury Flowboy. Wow.
He's from New Orleans, and shout out to him if you know him, because I played a show with him, and he
Hey, New Orleans has some really good artists.
It's not a good name.
I love it.
Yeah, you dig it? I mean, yeah. Oh boy.
It's tacky enough for me.
So anyway, the Macklemore track is actually super solid, and shout out to him for doing the work, doing the research, and getting out there. But again, if you want to accuse somebody of clout chasing, you could probably throw that stone, and a few people will take that and be like, you know what, maybe. But it doesn't seem like this guy's getting any traction. I mean, besides Modest Yahoo, who retweeted him, that's the biggest look he's gotten. But actually, he didn't retweet him. He literally uploaded his video for him. Called it Macklemore at Wacklemore, and then Macklemoron. The puns. This is puntacular over here, man.
It's just giving salty. It's just giving mad.
Yeah, this sounds like you mad. This sounds like a hater. I don't know if you've seen the classic Cameron episode of Bill O'Reilly's show, where they're it's so good. But Cameron's this New York rapper from the 2000s.
Oh, he's awesome.
Who's hilariously awesome. Now he's a sports personality. So the whole show started because I guess they were talking about, if you were next door to a sexual predator, would you tell? And Cameron's like, nah, that's snitching, man. I'm gonna mind my business. And he's like, that's crazy. And so Cameron starts making these counterpoints that actually kind of stump Bill O'Reilly. And he gets to the point where Bill O'Reilly's yelling, and Cameron's like, you mad, you mad.
Oh my God, I
He's,
remember
like,
this.
Laughing. It's so good. And
Is it
so
the one with Damon Dash?
Yes, Dame Dash is there too. And they start kind of just completely clowning Bill O'Reilly. It's great. And I love that you mad meme for that. And that's what I'm reminded of when I hear Johnny Crappleseed, is that you mad. All right, guys, I gotta run. I gotta go feed my baby.
It was so nice.
It was so nice having you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you guys.
Always a pleasure, Mega Ran.
It's been awesome. Thanks, Lance, for having me.
Good luck with your child.
Thank you. We have to have a good sit down today and talk about being nice. Feelings. That's gonna be fun. Parenting. All right, y'all. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll be around someplace. If you're in Phoenix, I'm playing on Tuesday at the
hell yeah.
Space. Our favorite
Very
DIY
cool.
spot is closing, so we're gonna celebrate one last time there. And bye.
Bye.
Bye. If any of y'all have ever played the video game Shredder's
Wait, hold on.
Revenge, very cool new video game. He does the soundtrack to that game as well.
Does he really?
He does. Yeah, the song that plays over the credits, that little
What?
hip hop track. That's Mega Ran. Yeah.
No kidding.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. My dad just broke this news. I can't believe it. The Rangers just eliminated the Hurricanes.
Oh, really?
And the last I checked, there was 15 minutes left in the third period, and they were down 3-1. And apparently, in the 15 minutes to end the game, they scored four goals. They won 5-3. What?
Holy shit!
That's crazy.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
That's actually insane.
Damn. All right. Rangers goes on. All right. Damn. I was sorry to interrupt this show with sports, but I was.
How
dare you?
I'm very much looking forward to the Canucks game that's coming up in like half an hour. So I'm quite locked in. I have to though. I'm Canadian. My passport gets burnt if I don't say I like hockey and follow hockey. It's part of
That's true.
It's part of the
I've
requirement.
always wanted to
And
go to a
I'm
hockey game.
Yeah, if your
They're a
passport
ton
gets
of fun.
burnt, an American gets it, and I'm waiting. So, yeah.
Honestly, hockey is one of the few things that like I am astounded we still allow it to continue in its current form. Like it's going to be one of those things. I think that like maybe 50 years on the road, it's like and they would fight each other. Oh yeah, they would fight each other. They would just stand by and watch it. Oh yeah, two people unload into each other's faces until they're tired, and then it's like okay, pull them apart. They've had enough.
I mean, it wasn't so long ago they were skating on the ice without helmets on. So I mean,
yeah, without helmets.
I don't think it's
That's
gonna.
all
really?
men.
I don't think that's
Not
gonna
soy
happen.
boys.
You know.
Yep.
Now they got weak, and
soy.
everybody gets a trophy, and
Thanks to the vegans and all
God
the
damn it.
soy and yeah. Oh, speaking of
Damn
vegans
shame.
and soy, I don't know if y'all saw this, but Jordan Peterson had a meltdown recently, a really fun one. And in the highlights, he was saying that apparently DoorDash is trying to soyify men. That it's a thing. They're putting a lot of soy in the food or something, which is forced feminizing.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, let's do
it.
Are we done? I wasn't sure if you wanted to do this, but so I just saw the clip that Majority Report posted on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, there are so many good sound bites of Jordan Peterson. He's a gem. I genuinely admire and love him and respect him. I love him so much. Where's the soy part? Let me see.
Oh, I haven't seen the full
Holy
2 hour and 47. I watched the highlight reel that Majority Report posted, and that was enough for my pleasure.
I didn't even see that.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so he does talk about impact of carnivore diet. I'm assuming here we'll start here. It does get into climate change, which is when he fires off and it gets really
I'll
good.
give you the highlight reel that I saw too.
Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah. Oh.
Close enough. A lot of things that were wrong with me have disappeared. Things that were very long standing. Things that don't heal. I had gum disease, which never heals. It's 100% gone, and it was very serious. And that's a marker for cardiovascular inflammation.
Hang on.
What?
It's not.
Did you just say you have no gums? Did he say that? Just giving the shit away for free. Oh, bloody hell. My gums were woke. I got rid of them.
What? Hang on. We're 2 minutes and 19 seconds into this podcast, and this dude's talking about his health problems, his gum disease. God damn. Buckle the fuck up. If this is how unhinged it is at 2 minutes, imagine like when we get to 2 hours and 30 minutes. how bad that's going to be. God.
Just, some trivial problem with your teeth. Not that that's trivial, because it's not. But that's not curable, and it's gone 100%. Took about 3 years.
Seems like it is
long
curable.
time.
So how long have you been doing carnivore?
Oh, 7 years.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Do you still miss food?
Of course.
What?
Yeah, it's very restricted.
What's just happened?
Most things I don't miss. I miss dairy and.
Pause it for a second. I want everyone to know at home, in case you're confused. So his daughter invented or basically plagiarized a version of the carnivore diet that they sell. It's only meat, red meat, and salt. That's all you eat. Red meat and salt. Every meal. Every.
So there's
You know
no
what?
vegetables at all.
I would actually. I think I would enjoy that.
Really?
What? Only? I'm just
No,
like
I'm a big meat guy. I'm a big meat guy.
Sure, but
no,
only
I'm
red
joking.
meat.
I would not do. I would not do it only
thing.
and only that. Yes. No, I'm joking.
Like, this is gross, but he's got to be tearing up the toilets at his house just eating.
Stop.
red meat.
Okay.
So bad. Him and his daughter, like, goddamn, that's not not good.
Bloody hell.
And
that's what,
like sugar, sweet. I miss sweet ice cream, for example, has been a real problem.
So that's what she knows she needs to cut out now, because she's been doing
Of
steak.
your own design. You're doing this to yourself. I miss
hot
labor.
water.
Yeah.
I miss smiling and enjoying life.
I think she needs to cut out the milk,
Bloody hell.
because that's the.
Could be.
But this brings us to an interesting point, because I mentioned that 10 years ago, if you had said this is a viable diet, no one would have believed you. Here's the point.
It's not.
It just shows you what we know about
They're definitely
nutrition.
taking supplements, or they would be dead. Just let's be clear, right? This is what gave sailors scurvy. Is just literally having no vegetables, no nothing, no vitamin C. Essentially, there's no vitamin C in pure steak diets. So yeah, they're getting it from somewhere else. He's taking.
What do they think the benefits are?
Well, she says it cured her of like a whole bunch of ailments. She had all these conditions that no doctor in modern medicine could solve, and just by going completely carnivore, it solved all of her problems. She sells other people on it. He used to have a lot of problems too. He did shed a ton of weight once he switched to the all carnivore diet, but he was also doing weird shit. Like, he said that apple cider made him unable to sleep for a month, which is just like,
I remember
true.
that.
Like,
yes.
Joe Rogan was like, you should have died, and he's like, yeah, well, the sulfites.
Do we believe this though? Like, do we believe he's actually on an all carnivore diet?
No, I think his teeth would fall out.
Yeah, I don't. It's just very bizarre. Like, why is he selling this?
For his daughter. She's a failed daughter.
Because it's who he is. Jordan Peterson is major grifter. I mean, just think about his big famous book. I mean, I guess partly that's on us, not me particularly, but like society as a whole, because he wasn't huge then, but I mean, his book was like the most basic like bullshit ever, and he grifted off of solving young men's problems with
he came out with
revelations like
there's 2 books
clean
now.
your room.
Oh,
I mean, just ridiculousness.
Yeah,
there's 12 more rules for life. Did you read those ones? There's
I did
more
not
rules.
read the 12 more rules.
It was the sequel to 12 Rules for Life.
I didn't know about the sequel.
Now look at me. I'm falling over myself, Lance. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know the rules of being the rules of life. I'm dying here.
There's too many rules to life. He's not following them clearly because something is off.
Mike, I sent you the highlight reel too, if you want to watch it.
Okay. I'll pull that up. Maybe we'll get through this portion and then we can get to climate change if you want to.
Oh, I want to hear more about how his body's falling apart.
Partly because they don't ever do randomized trials. Like, so how can you can see what people eat, you can correlate with an outcome. It's completely useless. It's completely misleading. You have no idea because there's nothing controlled. People who eat more beef have more heart disease. It's like, what else are they doing? Well, 1,000 other things.
Yeah.
Well, how do you control for all 1,000? Well, you do random assignation to group. It's the only way to control it. There's no other way. The correlational studies are useless. They're useless, and there's hundreds of them. And the idea that you need fiber, it's like, no, you don't. That's wrong. And are plants necessary? Doesn't appear to be. You can live on meat. Carbohydrates, there's no recommended daily allowance for carbohydrates. Zero. There's no recommended daily allowance. You don't need them. They're not vital. So can you run on protein metabolism? Yes. Does your brain prefer it? Yes. Does it reduce seizure activity? That's been known for a century. So
yeah,
I talked to a psychiatrist at McLean's Hospital. So that's the premier psychiatric institute in the US. He's starting a treatment center at McLean's based on essentially on a carnivore diet to treat endogenous depression, right? So that's depression that has no obvious stress-related cause, manic depressive disorder, and schizophrenia. I've never believed those were psychological diseases. I thought, no, there's something wrong, especially with schizophrenia and manic depressive disorder. Well, depression too, for that matter. We know that it's associated.
Oh man, this guy should have a license.
What exactly? Didn't he lose his license? But like, what is his expertise in?
It's temporarily suspended in Canada because the board that should certify him has said that his online behavior is not becoming of someone in his profession, which is entirely true. Telling like trans people, calling them monsters, saying that they're vile, that they're performing the same surgeries as the Nazis did, consistently going after Elliot Page, all this kind of like, it's not stuff that people in his profession should be doing. And he should, like, he doesn't even practice. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need a license. He does not have any clients, but he just wants it. And so he says it's now communism because they're trying to take it away from him. Like it's that's basically it. Yeah.
Sudden communism. Okay, let me pull up the other clip because I think it's better. It's of climate change, but he doesn't really mention climate change. This is just kind of like a reel of him saying random things, and it's amazing. Let me see. Okay, bringing it in now.
Any minute now, Mike.
Hey, David usually does this, okay? I'm not the expert. Okay.
And you think, well, there's no such thing as hell. It's like, have it your way, buddy.
What?
So, Juniper is the one that said me when I'm at Burger King.
Oh my god.
What is it? Play that one again?
Have it your way, buddy.
He's just...
And you think, well, there's no such thing as hell. It's like, have it your way, buddy.
No such thing as hell.
Oh, can't even couldn't tell what he was saying.
Well, you're gonna find out when you go there, right? If you don't believe.
Yep.
Shut up, Jordan.
And you think, well, there's no such thing as hell. It's like, have it your way, buddy. Can't you just, call the poor victims what they want? It's a byproduct of neural activity.
He's just making his voice like more Jordan Peterson-y here. Like whoever he's trying to mock, it's not like it just comes off as more Jordan Peterson. It's like Jordan Peterson trying to do a Jordan Peterson voice.
Yeah.
So bad.
Your solar plexus conscious then. You can't have a wood burning fireplace. It's like, so what these bloody nature worshippers. Oh my, everything's coming to
just. I need you to
what
understand.
Did he say? You can't have a what?
His mom told him that you can't have a wood fireplace. I'm guessing that's his. I don't know.
He's coming after it.
So what these bloody nature worshippers. Oh my, everything's coming to an end. A burning fireplace. It's like you can't have a wood burning fireplace. It's like
is he complaining
that's
about
Santa
his
Claus
wife?
on December 25th?
No one in the climate change area has complained about a fireplace. Like we have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
So what these bloody nature worshippers. Oh my, everything's coming to an end. We have to act like there's an emergency. We have to lock everything down. We have to take everything from everyone. Why? So I can be seen to be the savior of the planet. You have to use pronouns. It's like, fuck you, buddy. Seriously. You think, well, there's no such thing as hell. It's like,
there's a lot of pronouns there.
Use pronouns.
Just calling up people
like,
for pronouns.
Fuck you. You have to use pronouns. It's like,
that fuck you was guttural. Like it came from his gut.
And he like really he didn't want to swear, but he was in too deep. He did he's like, I have to say it. I'll ask for forgiveness later. Fuck you. He's really not well. Like that's what's apparent.
No,
like it almost feels like ableist to make fun of him, but I can't help it.
But he
so
puts
fucked
himself
up.
in the limelight. Like he wants it, low key.
Yeah, he's a masochist. He's a sucker for it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be dressing in that goofy like jacket and making
Someone
a fool
in
of
the chat
himself.
said someone in the chat called it his Easter outfit.
Well, didn't he went on Joe Rogan dressed like the Joker, where he had like half like red, half blue. That could be a different show, but he had like a half side or a half suit, and it reminded me of a Batman character. Somebody said I think it was Joker or the other dude. What's his name? Two-Face. It was one or the other, but it was very, I guess, Jordan Peterson-y now. But yeah, he looks like a Batman villain.
Oh my god.
So ridiculous. But I do appreciate him entertaining us. I will say that.
But you know what the problem is with Jordan Peterson too? He does these like quick clips on Instagram and other apps, and I feel like the elder millennial moms or like the elder millennials kind of see it and they don't distinguish the fact that it's Jordan Peterson. So they share it because it's like some like little inspirational anecdote. Like I was literally checking my mom's DMs and she sent me a Jordan Peterson clip and I was like, what the hell? Like, why are you listening to Jordan Peterson? But she didn't know it was him. Like she didn't know who it was. She had no idea. He just said something inspirational, made it into a clip and posted it, and it got like 1 million views. So he's kind of bamboozling a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a really good way to like Trojan horse somebody into politics. I feel like we need to replicate that, where we just say like, hey, smile more, it'll make you feel better, and then like post it, and then they end up finding our other content. Like we've got to get better at marketing, because I mean, if you can be that popular and so unhinged, then I feel like we're doing something wrong. We also don't have money behind us, so there's that too. But
I just feel like right politics makes so much money. Like if you're on the right side of politics, there's so much money being thrown at people. But the left, like we all just kind of do it on our own, unless you're somehow sponsored by TY or something.
Yeah, because they don't want your message. They don't want to pay for your message.
Right. That's the problem. There's another video. I can't remember what it was that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you all have anything else. We're coming up on 7:30 PST.
We can wind it down. I wanted to be able to catch the hockey game.
Okay, yeah. If you guys want to jump,
Can we just show the prince's picture for a quick second?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The bloody.
I feel like we just have to end it on that note. Like we gotta do that.
Horrifying. It literally looks like he's trapped in hell. Covered in the blood of
what were they
colonization.
thinking?
Maybe it was activism. That's what it kind of feels like. Yeah.
I just want to watch the video of him like jump scaring himself.
Hey, bloody hell. Who's that?
Does anyone have a version? I'm trying to find it. I didn't save any on it.
The people asking what is it? It's basically the royal portrait of His Majesty King Charles, and they for some reason decided to just cover him in what looks like lots and lots of blood and hellfire, and think like Hellraiser the series.
Okay, actually, I found it.
Yeah,
I searched for royal portrait.
You'll know it when you sees it.
I was like, what is this dude's name?
Oh, I found it too. Do you want me to send it to you or no?
I just pulled it up, so it's okay.
Okay, cool. I found a meme version of it though, so it's not even.
I have a couple, so I'll do the official one before I get to the memes. Oh, no, that's not the official one. There we go. Let me...
There it is.
Why? Look at his face, like that's the
he
first
looks
time
so
upset. He's like, what the fuck?
He looks so upset. Like he does not like it at all.
I don't know if he's going for this.
This dude is in disbelief. Like, is this really the picture?
Look at him. He's like, ew, what is that?
Yeah. Is this
or maybe that's the artist. I guess maybe he's in disbelief at his own.
Is that the artist?
I'm not sure, but maybe he's like, oh, that does look like shit actually in the light.
Is that
I love the different like fucking.
Yes, that's the official portrait. Again, haunting.
I just don't understand.
I hope they make one like that of Joe Biden. I really want like whoever's praising Joe Biden's to really pull through.
Yeah.
All the war criminals should have them.
It's a little dangerous to just scroll Twitter like
Yeah.
this. But oh, there we go. The Ghostbuster one. That
There it
yeah,
is.
that's the same vibes, same exact energy. Just wow. Yeah, I genuinely I can't explain that one.
It looks demonic. Like it genuinely looks demonic.
Yeah, it does give demonic vibes. Yeah, shame on the artist. Okay, I get that art is subjective, but that is objectively horrifying. It's like an Elden Ring boss or fucking, I don't know. I just very uneasy. But we can get to super chats if you all want to.
Well, before we do that, why don't we let Ariana Jasmine once again promote and plug her channels and socials and where everyone here who's watching on all of these streams can find her.
I just wanted to apologize again. I did not know the Three of Stooges. Like I did not know that was a thing. I'm so sorry. I need to like read up more. So I apologize if I offended anyone. I see that was
what are you doing?
I just wanted to re-apologize and just acknowledge that. My name is Ariana Jasmine. Thank you. I appreciate it. My name is Ariana Jasmine. You can find me on all social media, but I'm really trying to promote my YouTube. So if you guys can go on my YouTube channel because I just made $5. I just got partnered like 2 days ago. So we're trying. Oh, also Bad Trainwreck in Lance's chat is my video editor. So shout out.
Oh, sweet. Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm a progressive content creator. Well, I started off progressive and then now I'm really socialist. I just don't really. I'm really left leaning. So you guys
get radicalized in real time.
Yeah, really.
I was a lib when I started too.
Oh my
God.
God.
I have a question. Why are you promoting your YouTube channel? If I just minutes, well, maybe not minutes, but an hour or so ago, you were saying you were making millions off of TikTok.
Oh, because I have almost 250,000 followers on TikTok, so I'm like, if I'm gonna promote something, it's gonna be my YouTube. Yeah.
Damn. I gotta get on TikTok, and then I gotta ask you to help promote me.
You gotta do it before it gets banned.
Okay, this might be a little controversial, but you can actually make clips of your videos out of AI. If you are interested, I can.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
What's that controversial?
Because it uses AI. I actually think.
Yeah.
I actually think that's like the one rare good use case of AI. Because I don't want to go through my clips. And I'm not gonna hire someone to do that either. I'd rather hire someone to actually edit long form video and not do like
that's
dumb
what I
little
do.
like cut 10 seconds, 20 seconds worth of clips. That's dumb. So I don't really have a problem with AI being used for that. And from what I've seen I've tried out some of those apps and they work fine. I think that's fine. That's
the AI captioning.
That's the
apps
least.
Are good too.
That's the least problematic AI. Like that's not even like. You're just clipping the content you're already creating.
You can master audio with Adobe's new like AI powered audio mastering software that does all the work that used to take me hours when I was like working in podcasting and editing. Like literally hours of work are now just done in seconds with their technology, right? And I don't think that one's necessarily inherently evil. I think people think that all AI just by definition is like destroying the world. Like you're not stealing art when you're using like the content to wear fill on Photoshop, but that's technically using similar processes where it's approximating what the background is supposed to be in that moment.
If you are actually creating something and you use AI in some way to help you with the process, but you're still the one creating it, I think that's a fine use case. People can use AI to enhance one of their own creations. The problem is generative AI that just steals other people's work and then just and the user does nothing, and then they claim, "Look at this art I made," when they just put in 2 sentences, and the AI platform stole whatever it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well, like the text-based ones, like if you try to have it write something for you, it's basically plagiarizing people. So that's unacceptable. Write your own shit.
Yeah, well, if you guys really do want to get into short form, I highly recommend you guys using the AI. Like you pay $20 and it clips out a bunch of like really good segments, and it just kind of does it for you. So If you want to get into
Ariana
short
about to
form,
drop her
that's
affiliate links.
no, affiliate links, I swear to God. I swear
Oh, that's where all that TikTok success comes from.
No.
Go to TikTok at Ariana Jasmine. Go to my TikTok shop. I have all the links there.
No, I should have an affiliate link, but I don't. But yeah, I think that would be the easiest one for you guys.
Speaking of affiliates, this episode is sponsored by Magic Spoon. Go to magicspoon.com/LeftistMafia to get 10% off your next order.
Hell yeah!
Just kidding, we're not sponsored, but that's like basically an ad. Like
that was good. That was a good.
Yeah, I don't got a problem with people.
I'll try Magic Spoon.
I don't have.
It's really good, actually.
I don't have a problem with people using affiliate links if they're promoting a product that they. I don't have a problem with people using affiliate links if they're promoting a product that they actually use. I also don't have a problem with people accepting ads if they find that the product is something that would be beneficial for their viewers. Yeah.
Lefties are like, I am pure. I take no sponsor. I was like, well, yeah, but like some people do this for a living and need rent. So like, it's.
Oh my God.
I mean, people ask me, oh, what mic do you use? And I tell them, and it's like, what would be such a big deal if I said, oh, but if you're gonna buy it, you go to this link, so I get a percentage of that. I think that's fine. I'm telling you what the exact product I use. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I feel like people have this perception of leftist creators that it's like, oh, you have to do all this work, but also I'm super broke, so I can't pay you. But also, if you take sponsorships that I don't like, screw you.
Yeah.
You're not a real leftist. Oh, but then if you wear that designer, you're also terrible. Like you have no morals and ethics. And it's like, it turns into that whole Hassan Piker debate where it's like,
right?
Is he a socialist if he drives and has a house? And it's just like, we believe we have a core set of values, but we still live under capitalism. Like we have to put food on the table, whether you like it or not, And if that's with a product that you actually use and you like, I don't see the problem. I feel like people who watch us sometimes are so hypercritical and expect us to be godly, but it's like, I'm just a human. I make mistakes. There's so many times that I actually learn on like when I'm doing my videos, and it's just like so important. Guys, we're people too.
Yeah,
we have real hearts.
I am God.
Okay, Matt. You know what?
Binder's AI. Binder's just an AI simulator.
Listen, it's a good conversation. With all that said, though, I just want to let you all know that I'll be launching Bindercoin, a brand new cryptocurrency. Get in on it as quickly as possible.
Get in on the ground floor.
I recommend putting your entire life savings in it. Go to grandma, ask her to put her life savings in it too. And I'm telling you, it's gonna reach the moon, and we are all gonna be living on Easy Street if you just invest in Bindercoin. That's
Bindercoin.
You gotta get that cat dude to endorse you, whatever his name is. The one who just came back and was like, "Everyone, I'm back. Buy GameStop," and then everyone's like, "But yeah," and now the thing is like plummeting. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, that guy has some weird power, and I don't know why people listen to him. I don't know if you've seen him, but he literally just has all these like cat shirts and wears cat ears, and it's just like he's the GameStop.
Roaring Kitty.
He's the reason. Roaring Kitty.
It's
he's the reason the whole GameStop memes happened.
It's because he called all this, but he didn't. Like he was just like the face of like the whole Reddit movement. That it wasn't like spontaneous. It was quite.
Of course, it's more of an.
It was a growing movement on that Wall Street Bet subreddit.
And he became the face of it. Yeah.
Right.
It reminds me of my old coworker.
And then this time around though, he just started posting on social media for the first time in a couple of years over the weekend, and GameStop and AMC stock pumped again really quick, and I think everyone thought there was going to be another meme stock craze, but there wasn't going to be because there was no movement behind it this time. The guy just started posting on social media. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we find out that the dude on Friday bought a bunch of GameStop and AMC stock, and then over the weekend pumped it by just posting on social media, and then he sold on Monday when it peaked. And everyone thought and I don't know if he would have done anything wrong in that instance. Like he has this weird phenomena where like, it's not like he told people to buy. He just like posted a few GIFs on Twitter and people are like, oh, he's posting again.
Okay. But to be clear, he held for so long when he could have cashed out and made something like $40 million. Like that's how far it went. And everyone was like following him to see if he would sell or not. And because he didn't sell, that's why the whole movement was like, hold the line, blah, blah, blah. Like he was definitely
he did sell.
Yeah, and then eventually he's home. Yeah, of course.
I mean, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
he knew what he was doing. I mean, the guy. I'm not saying the guy like fell into this. Like the guy clearly knew what he was doing.
And now he's a character in a Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah. All right, let's get to super chats, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna take off early, fam, but I'll raid into.
Bye. Enjoy
hockey.
Take care, Lance. I gotta go hockey. I gotta
go have fun.
Thanks for all your
Enjoy
raids, by
hockey.
the way, Lance. I appreciate it when you raid my
Of course.
Twitch.
Thanks for all your reporting and thanks for fucking up Cory Booker. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anytime. Thank you.
Yeah, Ariana, you are welcome to stay as long as you want to, or leave whenever you want to, because some people or some guests don't stay for the whole super chats, but just no pressure. It's up to you.
It could take a while. You never know. Some nights we're here for hours reading super chats.
Oh man,
This is not going to be one of those nights.
But you could stick around for as long as you want, and then you could drop out whenever you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's totally up to you. Yeah.
I don't. Judging by how many super chats we have right now, I don't think it's going to be one of those nights. I mean, unless people want to make it one of those nights by sending me lots of super chats, then
guys,
I
do
guess I'll be
it.
here all night.
Do it. Send your super chats, guys. We gotta eat.
Let's do it.
All right, so I don't know. These might be for David, might be for you. So if it's not for me, I'm just gonna assume it's you, and I'll have you read them. So this one is
not for me.
Okay, it's Donald James for David. Still riding with Rash Nash. Thank you, Donald, for the member chat to David. And Donald, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Appreciate that. Tom Interval with 1999. Thank you so much. Massive super chat. I really appreciate that. Am I being too hard on David Pakman? He calls Hamas and campus protest chants disgusting and despicable, but doesn't denounce Israel or acknowledge the 38,000 civilian deaths and atrocities in Gaza. Horrendous Don Lemon interview. I haven't seen the interview, but I know that David Pakman has not had views that I agree with, to put it mildly, on this ever.
Yeah, I mean, David Pakman's been 100% wrong on this. You're not being too hard on David Pakman. He's been atrocious on this, and he stays away from it whenever he can. And then when he can't, he just covers it horribly, like you see, like you said right there.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just think when it comes to Middle East news, he really falls short, like tremendously. It's not his first time either, so he needs to become more literate on the Middle East for sure.
I also had some disagreements with him on Latin America too, like with regard to Bolivia. I didn't agree with what he said about that too. So foreign policy,
he completely got that wrong.
I disagree with him a lot. Yeah.
What did he say about Bolivia?
He supported the coup because he thought it was
Oh, that's not.
I mean, but
supporting
that
a coup
was
is never the part of history you want to be on. Just generally speaking, you know.
No, but I want to be clear here. This isn't like an issue where he needs to just educate himself more. This is his stance. This is what he believes. It's not like he just needs to read a book or read up on the issue. No, he knows exactly what's going on. He covers it in the way he wants to cover it because that's what he actually believes. Whether you can just ignore that side of David Pakman and watch his other stuff, that's totally up to you. And I'm not going to tell you not to do either because I think that's fine either way if that's what you want to do. I have no beef with him outside of how he covers issues. But this isn't like, oh, he just needs to like do better. No, this is how he wants to cover it. He's made a very calculated decision here. This isn't an accident.
You know what? I agree with you. I think your analysis is pretty accurate.
Well, that's because I'm godly. All right, let's continue.
Okay, calm down. You know what? I take it back.
All of a sudden, you're gonna have Ariana out there going like, I have to listen to Matt Binder. I agree with David Pakman. You know.
Oh hell no! No, that will not be.
I support the occupation. Actually.
Honestly, he needs to get new takes on the Middle East, and he needs to get a better haircut, and that's where I'm gonna end it at. We're just gonna move on from here because
I can't comment on his hair because my hair is very fucked up. I cut it too short, and it looks.
No, you look good.
Well, thank you, but I fucked it up badly.
No.
So I think this is for David or you, Matt. This is from the anti.
This is for me. The anti-corporatist member for 2 months. Thank you so much. I haven't seen it. Show the clip. This was, I'm assuming, in regards to Ariana's amazing smackdown of Cory Booker.
She bodied him. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're
It
welcome.
was crazy because like I also was kind of scared that I was gonna get nixed from the event for the rest of my life. I was like, they're never gonna invite me again. But I was like, you know what? I have to back it up. I can't be at the same event as this man and not say anything. So, but I appreciate it. The event coordinators were also very supportive too. So that's good.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you were just like, it's not like you didn't have a good reason to challenge him. You absolutely were justified in doing so. So yeah, kudos to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, Kowalski 999. Thank you so much, Mike. Please let everyone in the panel know that they have at least one Republican politician from Nebraska that is a fan of the leftist mafia. Yes, and I'm a fan of that
Kowalski
Republican.
Killed it on Tuesday. He ran against in the Republican primary against the before he decided to run unopposed incumbent, and he got over 40,000 votes with literally no campaign, just running. Yeah, it was like he got like 20-something percent of the vote. He basically forced the Republican senator from Nebraska to actually run a campaign and spend like 6 figures just to be sure that she won. Even though if he didn't run, she wouldn't have spent the dime because there would have been no election. What I didn't know though, he called into my stream last night, and this truly shocked me. In Nebraska, it costs money just to file to run. It costs 1% of the salary of the position you're running for. So Kowalski had to pay $1,700 just to run for office.
Wow.
Yes. And he got second place, but I mean, still, I mean, it's that's crazy. And then I looked it up, and there are other states that have similar schemes. In New York, it doesn't cost you anything to file. I was truly shocked to find out that there are places that charge you to do that. And then people wonder why more regular, everyday American citizens don't run for office. Yeah. Imagine you live in Nebraska, you want to run for office, and you can't come up with almost $2,000 just to file.
And that's before fundraising. That's like you file before you do anything. Like, that's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up. That's the case in California as well. 1%.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
I didn't know that.
That's
what about where you are,
arguably.
Mike? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually looking to run for a local position before I started my platform, and that's actually it's true to a certain extent. I don't know the details exactly, but you definitely do have to pay to register for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I do really think that Kowalski is onto something here, because a lot of people live in red districts, right? And you're not going to win as a Democrat, so you run as a Republican. Just that's how you do it.
Wait,
I've said this before. There's too many cases of bad politicians faking being a progressive to win elections.
John Fetterman.
And then as soon as they get to office, they let it. So I'm saying we got to do it the opposite way. For real. Yeah. We got to get a real progressive to pretend they're just some normie Dem and win that election, and then immediately get into office and be full-blown leftist calling for guillotines for billionaires. I mean, but without joking, I mean, we need more people to run in areas where maybe a normie Dem would win, run a campaign that's maybe a little bit more, tailored to that sort of normie Democrat. And then when you get in office,
you come out as a communist,
be a progressive,
and you push for that.
Yeah, because then once you're in office, it's very hard to beat an incumbent. Once you're locked in, you're locked in, unless you really mess up.
Or unless you piss off AIPAC, but
that's true. But there are folks that have beat AIPAC, like Rashid Tlaib beat AIPAC, and so did Ilhan Omar. I mean, Ilhan Omar.
Summer Lee just did too.
Yeah. There's hope. AIPAC, I feel like, is kind of a little bit losing their limbs, but they're still super powerful. But they're not the same as they were 20 years ago.
Well, for the first time, I think ever, there's actually scrutiny on Democrats taking AIPAC money, which is new.
Yeah.
Because they were able to just slide under the radar, But now everybody's paying attention. And I think that things are going to be different going forward. Not that things are going to change structurally, but that like constituents are going to know who's taking money from AIPAC, because I think progressives have been really smart in saying you're basically taking Republican money. Like they endorse and fund insurrectionists. And if you watch the debate, I watched it yesterday between Jamal Bowman and George Latimer. That's his AIPAC funded opponent. He's the number one AIPAC recipient in the country. That's what Jamal Bowman was hitting him on. He's saying, look, this dude is taking money from Republicans and they fund insurrections. Like it's
that's gonna be the race to watch.
Jamal, I'm worried about Jamal Bowman.
And Cory Bush too, by the way. She's very I think vulnerable too.
Yeah,
I think she's less vulnerable than Bowman, but
I think Jamal Bowman is really in a hard place right now for sure. And it's really sad because
it's a combination of his district and also more so than anything, his opponent is actually someone who holds office in his district and is a long time sort of politician and known among the community. He's not just someone.
He's also endorsed by a lot of big people too in the Democrat realm as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. We'll see. We'll see. There's always an advantage to being the incumbent. We will see if that advantage is. And I think Bowman's great. I want him to win, obviously, but I'm just I'm just pointing out the obvious that that's going to be the race to watch. That's the one that's closest.
I'm so I'm so shaken by it too, because Jamal was safe. He had a safe seat. There would have never been, if you would have asked me 9 months ago, I would have been like, Jamal Bowman's winning by a landslide. That's such a stupid question. But now he's definitely one of the people that's at most risk. It's really sad. Yeah. So guys, if you have a couple dollars, just pitch into Jamal's fund.
He's gonna need to turn out the Bronx. That's gonna be what saves him. He's gonna need to turn out the Bronx. He's gonna need to turn out Yonkers. I mean, he beat Engel, for an incumbent for his seat, and that's how he did it. He's gotta go for that same. He's gotta get that same base out. We'll see what happens though, and I think he could do it. It'll be close. I think he can do it too.
Yeah, he can do it.
Well, and if he doesn't, he should launch a sore loser write-in campaign, because there's no laws against that in New York. That's what Byron Brown did after India Walton beat him in the primary to be Buffalo's mayor. He decided to not concede to her, ran a write-in campaign, took lots of money.
Honestly,
and then he won.
as the incumbent, that wouldn't be a bad idea, honestly.
That's what I'm saying,
because
right?
You're gonna get a lot more people showing up in November, and a lot of those people are gonna recognize Bowman's name, especially in the Bronx and in Yonkers, and they might vote for him over. I think that's not such a bad idea, honestly.
Yeah, run that write-in campaign. Do not drop out. You're going to be on the ballot in November. If not, do a write-in campaign. Do not fucking concede. Do not let this demon win. Such a terrible person who he's running against.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one here is from Rejects. Thank you so much for the $10. Love the kitty in your avatar. Me furiously Googling every candidate in the Oregon primaries to see if they're supported by AIPAC. Fucking Van Hoyle got 48K from pro-Israel sources. My Congress critter sucks. Yeah, I just filled out my ballot. For those who don't know, in Oregon, we all get mail-in ballots, and we get them pretty far in advance, so we could take our time filling them out. I just filled out mine. I didn't realize that there's actually an uncommitted campaign in Oregon as well. You can just write in uncommitted, and that counts. So you can do that. And yeah, my congressperson is Suzanne Bonamici. She took AIPAC money, and there's somebody running against her as just the fuck Suzanne Bonamici campaign. His name is Jamil Ahmad. I voted for him. He's like, I'm against funding in Israel. She funds Israel and takes money from them. I'm against that. So he's just basically running a campaign to say fuck her.
It's so amazing.
It doesn't seem like a very robust campaign, if I'm being honest, but I'm on board with the message for sure. So yeah. Take your time, look up the candidates, and vote uncommitted. Marianne Williamson is on the ballot as well. I ended up voting for her, and then I didn't realize that there's uncommitted. My husband Googled it, and he voted uncommitted. I'm like, fuck, I wanted to vote uncommitted. I don't know which one is going to make the biggest impact. It doesn't really matter. Joe Biden will win, but I just want to make the biggest splash. And I probably would have voted uncommitted just because I think there's going to be more momentum for that. So if you didn't know about that, because I didn't get any information about that, that is a thing in Oregon too, just FYI. Thank you for the $1, Scotty Cameron. Appreciate that. And then another one here, Ignar Husky with $10 about Oregon's primary. Oregon District 5 fella here. Jamie McLeod Skinner got sidelined last time and want her to win this election. Janelle Bynum isn't as good in my opinion. I don't want a MAGA chud running my district. She sucks. Yeah, so I had a couple of people email me about this particular district. It's not my district, but yeah, based on what I've seen, they don't seem too different, although Jamie McLeod Skinner does seem more progressive. She doesn't strike me as an AOC Bernie type progressive. I get Elizabeth Warren vibes from her, but to be fair, she's closer to Labor. I think that she would be better overall. So yeah, I'd probably vote for McLeod Skinner if I were in that district. Narrator with $5. Thank you, narrator. Weekly reminder that if Palestinians were white, you wouldn't be saying people need to support genocide in swing states because white liberals would care. Is that supposed to be like an attack on me as if I'm ignorant to that? Because I think you know better, narrator. Narrator with $5. Thank you, narrator. Biden is only the nominee because liberals don't empathize with Palestinians. That's white supremacy, but it's never practical to rebuke the white supremacy. I mean, it's important to rebuke white supremacy, but the problem is that Biden is the nominee because he's the incumbent. And the way that our system is designed is if you're the incumbent, you basically get a free ride. And this isn't just true for Biden. It's true every single time. Like if you look back to when Obama was the nominee, they basically canceled a bunch of primaries. It's a very fucked up system. I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
But,
I was about to say that too.
Yeah, this is the way that it is. I think that there needs to be robust primaries and actual reform. Otherwise, yeah.
I just think Biden's the only, regardless of whether it was Biden or not, it was going to be a Zionist. Period. There's no way the Democrat Party would have propped up anyone that's not a Zionist. So, I mean, I guess to some extent it is kind of true, but it's also kind of, the comment is very negating a bunch of other problems with the system that exists as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what narrator doesn't understand, with both of these comments, is that it's a no-win situation, right? Voting for Biden is terrible because he's Genocide Joe, but if he loses, then you get Donald Trump, who is a white supremacist, also did do genocide. He vetoed the resolution to end U.S. complicity with Saudi Arabia's genocide in Yemen. So it's a no-win. So you can't shame people in swing states for making that tough decision, because either way we're fucked. And you can't say somebody's a bad person or they're privileged because they're voting for Biden in a swing state. That's bullshit. You're voter shaming, and I reject voter shaming. Because either way, we're screwed. It's just a matter of how fucked are we going to be going forward, and I think that's important to recognize. We have Koya Demon with $4.99. Thank you, Koya Demon. Buttigieg is the personification of a rainbow-painted boulder meant to prevent unhoused encampments on sidewalks. That's pretty apt. Yeah, I mean, look, he is a neoliberal through and through, and if he were to win something or a higher office, he's going to be the same as all the other neoliberals, right? The difference is that his brain isn't broken and he can string together coherent sentences, but it's continuity on the inside, change on the outside. I want somebody who's going to actually try to change things. I mean, we're never going to be able to vote our way out of this late stage capitalist hellscape, but I think we could probably do better than Pete Buttigieg or any of the other neoliberals that they're trying to shove down our throats.
Yeah.
Shadow with $4.99. Thank you, Shadow. Clip to Morning Joe criticizing Vietnam War protests to criticize today's protests. Yeah, Morning Joe. I won't pull up the clip just because I don't think I can actually grab it. Or I can't copy it from here. But anyways, yeah, Morning Joe is basically, he not only is criticizing Vietnam War protesters, he's doing genocide denial and falsely, or misstating, I should say, the report about the number of deaths in Gaza being halved. On top of that, I don't know if you all saw this. I had no idea about this. So everybody was reacting to the Hillary Clinton clip. Before that, Joe Scarborough, oh my God, he was screeching about how progressives think that people like Hillary Clinton and Madeleine Albright are war criminals. And he's like, how do you get them to see the truth? Like they're sitting here, they're calling everyone a war criminal and Biden a war criminal, Genocide Joe and Madeleine Albright, and it's so funny because like they are. So yeah, he's a clown. He should be fired from his job. I support cancel culture in that instance. I absolutely think he should be canceled. I'm tired of looking at this asshole, and I hate that he has like the president's ear. Like that's Joe Biden's favorite show. Like that's kind of why we're fucked, right? Like, because if Joe Biden takes him seriously, that's why we're in this predicament. Celeste with $5. Thank you, Celeste. Hope y'all talk about the blocking celebs trend from TikTok. Finally, people are waking up. I did see that. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, it's a pretty big thing.
Yeah, it's huge, actually. I know Taylor Swift lost like hundreds of thousands of followers. I'll try to recap it just briefly here, but basically after the Met Gala, people realized how out of touch celebrities are, and somebody on TikTok was like, let's fucking block them. You might know more than me, Ariana, since you're more plugged in with TikTok.
Sorry, I just think the string of events is super important for context. So the Met Gala, everyone was doing these like just juxtaposed videos of like, okay, Met Gala and, you know, making Hunger Games references. And then this one TikToker called Haley Bailey, she made a video and she was like, let them eat cake, referring to, I believe it was, who was the French person, like the French monarch that said, let them eat cake?
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. Yeah. So she did a voiceover of Marie Antoinette saying, let them eat cake outside of the Met Gala in her whole like outfit. And so everyone got really mad. And then the block trend started where people started blocking Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, essentially any big celebrity that could have used their platform for good but chose to stay silent because, you know, status quo is much easier. But I feel like it kind of like devolved a little bit because people were putting out lists of like 100 people to block, and I just don't think people have the attention span for it. But it was still cool. Like a lot of people lost a lot of followers from that blocking trend. It was a cool way of like online mobilization.
And it seems to be somewhat effective because I know that Lizzo, she shared like the GoFundMe link to a doctor in Gaza that's trying to get out.
Yeah.
She also shared links to GoFundMes for people in Congo and Sudan. So there's one.
There's a reason why she did that. Do you guys remember that award she accepted and she brought on like 17 or 16 different activists when she won like I believe it was like some sort of a feminist award?
I don't remember.
She went on stage and you guys don't remember? Okay, so she went on stage. It was like a huge, I believe it was the People's Award, if I'm not mistaken. And she had 17 different feminists behind her. And she was like, we need to uplift, like feminists are like, they're all standing with me, like female empowerment, all that stuff. And then she kind of went ghost for Gaza. And a lot of people were calling her out on that. They were like, at one point you use your platform to prop up activists, but now you're not. And so then that's when she got called out so many times after the blocking trend that she started making videos. And then people were mad because they were like, you have money. Why are you asking us to donate? Why don't you just sponsor that family's GoFundMe? So it was a whole entire mess. But yeah.
That makes sense. I think that's pretty legitimate. Yeah, I'm hopeful that Gen Z hates celebrity culture because I've always found it to be really insufferable. I hate that we deify rich people. Like you can be a fan of somebody and think that they're a good singer or actor or actress, but like the way we treat celebrities in this country is genuinely nauseating. Like we treat them like they're gods and royalty, and they're just like us. Like they shit like us, they eat like us, they're nasty, like fucking
they're not
farting.
Like me.
No, you're godly.
And I hate.
I mean, I think I agree with you. I do think though that I don't have a problem with people blocking people. Do whatever you want, but I think a better and again, I'm not like criticizing it. That's fine, but I mean, like, I think a better way to in tandem would be to basically uplift when people do share stuff, so that the message gets out and there's and people know who actually is showing support. Because I think that's more meaningful than like pointing out when people just are not saying anything. Like fuck them if they don't say anything, just ignore them completely. Like for example, Macklemore, like people should share his song because it gets the message out there. Whereas like let's say Macklemore didn't say anything and we just blocked him. what is the, you know, you could do that, please, but it doesn't really do anything. It's
So
not proactive.
the push behind blocking celebrities was essentially that their ad revenue gets cut because they don't get pushed out to people's For You pages anymore. So the idea is that their Instagram is like limited to who they can push them out to. That was the idea behind it. Now, I don't know how effective it was because you would have to have heaps of people block people for it to really substantially change the algorithm. But that was kind of like the goal behind it.
No, that makes sense actually. Because I mean, if you're an influencer and you make your money from these like Instagram ads, yeah, and you're gonna notice that 300,000 drop if you're Taylor Swift. Like, I don't know how many millions she has, but you're gonna notice that. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna, and part of it is why I like this.
Someone that big is not going to notice it because it's going to be a blip on the radar.
Well, the thing about Taylor Swift is that she's attended private fundraisers for Palestinians, but she hasn't spoken out publicly. So there's a level of cowardice there where she knows what side is the right side, but she's not using her platform. She doesn't want to rock the boat.
If you ever did you ever watch that documentary where her dad and her managers didn't even want her to speak out against Marsha Blackburn? I mean, I could only imagine
no, I haven't seen that. So she might want to, but she's fighting with people in her team. I mean, at the end of the day, you're Taylor Swift. You can do what the fuck you want.
No, I agree with you.
Know?
Yeah. I just think
pop out.
You know, I think the ad revenue thing, again, by all means do that. I just think the focus is on something else. Do you know what I mean? Like the purpose should be, we want people to speak out about Israel and Palestine because we want the word of, you know, the pro-Palestinian message to get out there so people know what's going on. Cutting into a celebrity's revenue, while maybe deserved, doesn't do that. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's fair. One thing that I will say is that it's a net good in that these types of campaigns raise awareness in general to where people who don't necessarily know what's going on, they might want to jump on that bandwagon and get them to research it. Like, I've seen smaller TikTok creators, small meaning like hundreds of thousands of followers. So not like small, but like they responded to this after people have even pressured them, saying, I didn't know anything about this myself. I was ignorant. So I Googled Gaza because I didn't know where it was on the map. And I think that things like that kind of demonstrate to me why this is important, even though, I don't like the centering of celebrities in particular. We should already hate celebrities and block celebrities. But I do think that there's some good to this. And if you're not necessarily super savvy and you don't know what's going on, you just see all this this talk of celebrities, it might be a really good hook for someone to kind of like dig deeper. But I think that what you're saying is valid too, Matt, where it's like, I mean, if everybody kind of got together and said like politicians and did that, you know what I mean?
Narrator, this isn't a super chat, but narrator in the chat says, Matt just made an argument against BDS. What are you talking about, narrator? How is that an argument against BDS? Listen, if Taylor Swift goes and performs in Tel Aviv, then by all means boycott her. I'll agree with that. I'm saying not being involved at all does not necessarily, you know, maybe the best use of your time is going after that person. BDS legitimately goes after organizations and businesses that profit off the occupation. That's an entirely different thing. You want to boycott Beyonce because she let her, you know, she didn't, there was a call for her movie not to be shown in Israel right after, you know, they were bombing Gaza. That's totally different. I'm saying the celebrities who are not involved at all, maybe that's not the best use of our time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, people are trying to do like what they can with what they have in front of them. But yeah, at the end of the day, like how effective it really was in the long run, like, I don't know, you know?
Right. Where did Mike go? I have,
he said he'll be back though.
Did you see the
I know, the picture is hilarious. Oh my God, I saw that earlier and it's so funny.
It's Mike and his mom.
Oh, really?
No, it's Carrie Lake.
Okay, I thought it was Carrie Lake. Oh my god! Stop! You almost gave me a heart attack because I was like, "That's definitely Carrie Lake," and then you were like, "It's her mom," and I was like, "Wow, she really looks like Carrie Lake." But I wasn't about to say that out loud. Oh
Did you just say my mom looks like Carrie Lake?
He just gave me a heart attack. I thought he was going to cancel me.
Mike, you did this last week. I was doing a callback.
No, he was like, "That's Mike and his mom." After I was about to, and I was like, "That's Carrie Lake," but I wasn't about to say your mom looks like Carrie Lake out loud. You know, I'll think that. I won't say that out loud though.
What's so funny is I posted that on Instagram, and there were comments. Somebody was like, "I thought that was Carrie Lake for a moment." And I'm like, "Bitch, look again."
That is.
It's funny because like my mom actually did look like Carrie Lake when she was a little bit younger. Like Carrie Lake is pretty. She's psychotic, but she's pretty. So
She's a good-looking woman.
you know, I just think it's funny. So she took the pug picture, and I'm like, "Hey, I have a pug. It's my mom."
Must be twins.
Twinsies.
That's so funny. I love it.
Okay, so Cosmere Dragon with $5. Thank you. John Fettermaga it would be really funny if people started giving him red hats in public. That would be funny, honestly. Like, don't buy them from Trump, but like maybe print a hat that says "Make America America Again" or "APAC Shill" or "MAGA John."
Can I
some shit
just
like
say
that.
something real quick? John
Mhm.
Fetterman, like the sweaters were cute the first week. Like I'm just so
Right.
over the sweater stitch. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
he went out with his wife and he had this like sweater that was emulating a suit.
Oh, the tuxedos.
And I was like, yes.
Oh, that's
I was
so
like,
fucking tacky.
this is giving me the ick. Like you're literally
Yeah.
giving me the ick. You know what I mean? Also, is he still with his wife? I heard a bunch of rumors about that, but I wasn't sure.
I
is.
think he is, but I mean, she has to be pissed off. She's an immigrant, and now he hates immigrants. He's going on the anti-immigrant thing.
Yeah.
She's
That
like,
must be
she's literally a
hard.
dreamer. So now he's saying, "Shut the border down," which is
No, I thought she became a
insane.
citizen.
Well, she was a dreamer that became a
was.
Okay,
citizen.
okay,
but
yeah. Okay, yeah,
she's-
that's what I thought too. Yeah.
yeah, she was brought here when she was really young, and so like
Mhm.
you know, you're saying shut down the border, but before the election, you were saying, well, immigration is why I have my wife. So yeah, honestly, I'm pro dress code now. I didn't give a shit before. Now enforce that dress code. Make him put on a suit every fucking
Please,
day.
for the
Like,
love of God,
I
like I'm
can't-
tired of seeing you with that dusty sweater.
And his stupid like Fetterman body double. I'm sorry, but it's not cute anymore. Like all your little jokes aren't cute. You're just a sociopath and a genocide supporter. Like I don't want to hear it. Get the fucking suit on. Republicans, do your thing. Enforce the rules like you were trying to do. Make him take that fucking hoodie off. I'm being petty as shit right now, but I think it's
No,
justifiable.
he deserves it. He really fucking sucks. Fetterman
Yeah.
sucks. He really bamboozled everyone.
Yeah. Biggest disappointment ever. He is why people don't trust politicians because of
100%.
it's awful.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Okay, I think this is for you, Matt.
Oh my God, we're only up to this chat. We actually gotta get rolling on these.
Yes, we
super
do.
chats. Kowalski with a $10 super chat. The debate prior to the DNC convention is smart on Biden's team. Also, 2 Manhattan Project level projects of old man stimulants is currently underway. They might get superpowers or become comatose.
That's funny.
I mean, listen, if their teams are not drugging up Trump and Biden, they're fucking up. He needs a lot of cocaine. Give him some Adderall. You know, Trump's gonna be on it. If they don't drug Biden up, I don't know what they're doing.
Oh man.
So I have a super chat from Chris Corcoran. It says message retracted. So I'm not sure if you want me to read it. I'll pull it up.
Read it. It was
Just
too
'cause
late. You
sent
got it. Caught in 4K. That's it. We got him.
I think
What
if
was he
Biden's
trying to
supporting-
retract? We got him.
So there's a different one too. Oh no. So this is not the retracted one. So this is a different one that he sent in. It's out of order though, which is throwing me off. But anyways, Chris says, I think if Biden's supporting Bibi, I could see Trump campaigning to continue the fight with Hamas. Could that motivate people to vote against him? So if Trump said continue the fight with Hamas, could that? I'm not sure. It depends, right? Because the people who are really plugged in on this issue they are like they're not going to be fooled by Donald Trump. You know, he's not going to be able to hoodwink them. Or convince them that like he's going to, or no, I'm saying the opposite of what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, so like, if Trump tries to be like more pro-Israel, I don't know that can really make a difference, because he's already kind of doing the whole Biden isn't supporting Israel enough thing. I don't really think that's going to matter, because like Biden is supporting Israel as much as you possibly can support Israel. So all Trump really has to do, and I think he probably will do this, is not say very much and just sit back and let like Biden's own base go after him. He like Trump is an imbecile, but he does know when to like what pressure points are going to hurt the Democratic Party. Like back in 2016, like he actually on the debate stage, he talks about how Debbie Wasserman Schultz fucked over Bernie Sanders, you know, and it's Trump. He's terrible, but he was correct about that. So I think that he's going to shut his mouth here. And when he needs to be pro-Israel, he will. But for the most part, like, I don't know. I don't expect much to change from him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be very strategic. I don't know, though. He's kind of unpredictable, so maybe.
That's true. He's kind of focused on his own thing to talk about policy, like his indictments and trials.
Yeah. He's probably going to focus on that more. Yeah.
Okay, so I think this one's for you, Matt.
Yep. Regex with a $10 super chat. Still haunted by a picture from the Iraq War of a little girl covered in her parents' blood, killed as their car approached the U.S. checkpoint. I can't look at the Palestinian images as a father. It's been extremely, you know, I think if you are a regular watcher of anyone on this stream, I think you can see a very, a change in our demeanor over the past couple of months. And this has everything to do with it. It's been... And again, this is we are the least affected by this, and it's still like, oh my God, I can't. It's important not to turn away, but also for your own mental health, you need to sometimes just not turn away from what's happening, but turn away from the visual reminders of it.
Yeah. If you just kind of like. If you look at that nonstop and you're reminded of how hopeless you are, it does affect you, you know. So yeah, it's just fucked. It's really
Wanda with a super chat. Maryland primary results. AIPAC candidate Trone for Senate defeated, but AIPAC congressional candidate in my district won. Now on to November to defeat Hogan. Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah. I'm glad to hear that, Wanda, because Wanda has been following this really closely and trying to get people to...
You know what's crazy about the Maryland congressional candidate, though? The AIPAC one that won. She defeated one of the January 6th cops who were running for election.
Oh, really?
You would think normie Dems would have absolutely flocked to vote for that guy.
Wow.
And they did not.
And he was pro-Israel too. Like he
it wasn't that he was anti-Israel. He was pro-Israel as well. He just didn't accept he just wasn't accepting the like dark money or whatever.
Yeah. That's telling. Sam, member of Super Chat. Nice to see you, Sam. Hey, y'all, did you hear of the Kansas City Chiefs kicker who got controversy for saying women shouldn't work, attacking DEI, LGBTQ, and more? Yeah, I saw that. He's very clearly high on the Kool-Aid of, like, the Daily Wire. He watches Matt Walsh. And he's gay.
Incel. Oh, what?
I think he's gay, yeah. Yeah, I get
that's a rumor, Mike. You should put that...
my suspicion is that he's gay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I do love that he's talking about how it's important for men to be masculine and manly, and then you find out that he's like the fucking Kansas City Chiefs kicker. Like he walks
like
out
the
there
weakest position.
He walks out there to literally kick the ball. And then he's off the field. There's no physicality. There's nothing he gets involved with. He literally, it's not even like, oh, he's a soccer player and needs to have the ability to run across a huge field for 90 minutes straight. No, he just walks out there, kicks a ball, and walks off the field.
Yeah, and I saw a post also that his mom is like an established woman. She's a physicist when he was saying the best thing for a woman is to
She's an established woman.
like, because he was saying that like the best thing for women to be is like a homemaker or some shit. Like that's some really old school sexism that, you don't see in public very often. I mean, you see it, but like he's really just he's saying it like he's going for it.
She has a career as like a distinguished like physicist or physician, not a physician.
I think she's like she's either a doctor or like a scientist or something.
She's a
something
scientist
like
of some sort, yes, and well known in her field or whatever. Distinguished career, distinguished position in her field. I don't think the term is established woman.
Bro, it's tired. I'm tired. It's late. She's a successful woman.
There you go. That's better than
all we can say is that she's definitely not a homemaker. She's on about grinding.
Yeah. She's successful. She's an established woman, and she raised a little fucker.
An established woman. Listen, I just want to establish to everyone, I'm a woman. It's been established.
Don't give me shit. The chat's giving me shit. Fuck off. Okay, it's late. Get off my ass. Okay, so we read that one from Chris, so we're here now. I think this is for you.
The lovely Ariana Jasmine.
It's not for me. Who is that for? Where's that
Must
from?
be for David.
Oh wow. Okay, guys.
Would you want to read it, Ariana? It's for you.
Yeah, the lovely Ariana Jasmine in the house. Thank you, Snack Panther. I appreciate it. It's
love
me.
Snack Panther.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, Snack Panther's good people. Ignar Husky with $10. Thank you, Ignar. Who could I email about coming on about organizing and electoralism? 8-year union member. Been in the 2020 and the Palestine protests and know some folks y'all could also have on. I'd love to put my insight. You should call into Matt Binder's show because he takes calls. You do your shows on like Wednesday, right, Matt?
I do. Yeah, usually Wednesday.
Yeah, that's like an open
Sometimes Tuesday,
platform.
but it's been call in anytime. And if you have specific people in mind as like guests, of course, I'll take any recommendations and I'll look into them and we'll see who fits on what show.
I would love to take calls on here, but I know that then that'd be like 10-hour shows because we also do super chats. But I think it would be really fun to take calls.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, although I feel like with the way that we operate, like we'd be talking to each person for an hour and nobody would get to call in. So there's that. But I always wanted to do that.
Mike, can you do me a quick favor? Can you can I see that avatar of yours again?
The avatar?
The one, yeah. Bring it up really quick. There's Mike with that established woman, Carrie Lake.
Oh my God, his mother Carrie Lake.
Don't talk about my mom like that.
Oh, sorry.
Is your mom an established woman, or has that not been established yet?
She's a homemaker.
I'm blaming this on Matt. Matt started it.
God. When it's just past listen. I should get more grace, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the established woman's gonna get some. We're gonna have some fun with that one for a while. This established man is gonna be on you, Mike.
Oh my God.
God damn it. Roasting the shit out of me.
Let's move to the next super chat.
Okay. I think this one is for you.
This is for me. Zachamania with a super chat. Supreme Court should be enough to vote for Biden. Yeah. I mean, that is the argument. That is always
like
been
probably the best pitch.
That is the pitch. That is the best argument.
Yeah.
That is why I wouldn't tell someone not to vote for Joe Biden. That's for sure. And that's why I would say if you're in a swing state, definitely make your vote strategic. Yeah. Don't make your vote, vote strategically. If you're in a swing state, that is an obligation you have.
Don't forget,
Yeah.
the Federalist Society is still very, very real and very much placing Republican people across federal courts. So
Yeah, absolutely. That's like one of the undeniable things about our system is the Supreme Court.
yeah,
Shit system, but that's the way it is. And yeah, if the Supreme Court tilts any more right,
we're screwed.
Yeah,
It's
we're
gonna
more
take
screwed than we
forever.
already are.
Oh my god, Clarence Thomas is slated to retire. Like, I don't think he's gonna last another 4 years, but I don't know.
Well, he's not. If Biden wins, they're not going to retire. It's that simple. Like your best bet is
Out of
that
spite.
they're not. They're going to stay there. If Trump wins, they will certainly retire over the next 4 years. That's
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
100%. I agree.
This one's for you.
And there won't be any arguments about Clarence Thomas and Alito if what it means for someone to be asked to step. They're just going to do it because conservatives are strategic that way, whereas Democrats like to play the dumb. Oh, don't you tell a strong, lifetime appointed, established woman to step down? See what I did there, Mike?
I hate you.
Pulling a Nancy Pelosi.
No, not even Nancy Pelosi. I'm talking strictly like the call for RGB to step down, and then the latest call for Sotomayor to step down.
Yeah. No, but Nancy Pelosi does that thing a lot where she's like, if you criticize a woman, she's like, you're being sexist. It's like her first call. It's like the first card she pulls. It's like her thing.
It's so insufferable.
Yeah.
I saw some people. I saw some people when Bernie announced a couple of weeks ago that he was running for re-election. I saw a few people going, "Oh, you won't see the calls for him to resign because he's an old man," like with Dianne Feinstein. Listen, the issue with Dianne Feinstein wasn't that she was
she
old.
was dying.
The issue with Dianne Feinstein was she didn't fucking know what she was doing.
She was dying in front of us.
No,
like literally decomposing on her fucking
chair.
chair.
I don't care. I don't care if she lived for another 20 years.
I'm gonna go to hell.
They were established. There were established legitimate reports from her own staffers saying she did not know where the fuck she was, who the fuck her colleagues were, what the fuck she was voting on, who the fuck
her
she
ear would
was.
just fall off and they'd like tape it back on real quick. Like she was dying.
She legit looked like a skeleton in that chair. Like her sockets were drooping. It was
but you guys are missing the point. I don't care how she looked, if she lived for another 20 years, if she lived for another 5 years, another 2 days. The point was her brain function was no longer there to be a sitting serving senator. And that could happen to a 40 some odd year old, a 50 some odd year old, looking at John Fetterman. It could happen to a 80, 90 some odd year old. If your brain is not in the capacity to serve in this position, you should not be able to run. I don't care if you're 35 years old. I don't care if you're 99 years old. If you're snap and ready to go and you're smart and quick on your feet and you could do the job, then you could fucking run for as long as you want. I don't care how old you are.
So you said that you didn't care if she died, so you'd be fine if she was still alive, Matt?
What? Listen, if Bernie Sanders' brain capacity was no longer there, I would tell him it's time to step down.
Out of compassion, right? Because it's like when you're that old, you shouldn't be there.
But he's fine. Yeah. He's absolutely fine. Same for, I don't know, throw another old motherfucker at me and I'll tell you the same thing. Listen, as much as I don't like Nancy Pelosi and I think she's, completely wrong-headed, I don't think she's out there telling those lies about Russia and China controlling pro-Palestinian protesters because she's going senile. I think that's actually her calculated way of trying to demean the protests.
And she's just dumb.
I want her to resign because I don't agree with her politics. But the fact of the matter is she's not going senile like Dianne Feinstein.
Was. Yeah, and they know this, but they just they want to try to bring back the Bernie bro trope or some shit or sexist progressive shit when they know why we're asking Sotomayor to resign. It's our civil rights and civil liberties shouldn't hinge on the survivability of like an old person who is sick. You know what I mean?
It's their only defense. Sexism is their only defense. And
Right.
it's like, no, babes, you're dying. Like, we're literally watching you decay. You need to go. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Seriously.
So sad.
Okay, so this is from Mike Thompson. I think this is for you, Matt.
It is Mike Thompson with a super chat. I like the Green Party, but I do wish I would hear from them during the off seasons. I mean, they'll never be. No third party will ever be taken seriously until they do that. It's not even like I wish they would do that, because they need to do that. Otherwise, this will continue in perpetuity. Listen, I'm not saying all of a sudden one of these third parties will suddenly rise up as one of the two parties in a two-party system. I'm just saying more people would take a look at them, and then eventually maybe more of them would be voted into these lower offices, and then eventually they would get some national politicians into office, and then eventually when they're running for president and there are sitting incumbents in their party advocating for them, they'll be coming from a place of with some power than coming from a place with absolutely no power, like they do every 4 years for the past, like, I don't know how many decades.
In their defense, though, there are some Green Party activists that are always mobilized. Like Margaret Flowers, for example. Like, she was a Green Party Senate candidate, I think, in, I want to say, like 2017, 2018. And she was really active on the ground for net neutrality during the Obama administration. Like, she went in front of Tom Wheeler's house, blocked him from leaving. So there are individual Green Party activists that do well. But I absolutely agree that, like, the overall apparatus should do better at mobilizing in non-election years. I think that really is what's been lacking. And they do it, but they need to do it much, much more than they are right now.
Yeah, I honestly feel like there's a lot of momentum with the third party movement. I feel like if they really use that momentum right now and they fundraised a shit ton of money and they started really working on expanding and localizing across different markets and building, like, you know, groups, kind of like DSA, you know, I think DSA has done a great job at mobilizing off season too.
Agree.
And they've grown a lot.
Yeah, but DSA, I actually disagree with you. I don't think there's any power in third parties right now. I don't think there's even going in that direction.
No, but we're just talking about the potential that they could have if they actually took advantage of, like, the momentum that's happening right now.
Yeah, because the DSA actually does great work with organizing.
They're not a third party, though.
I know, but if the Green Party fulfilled that, like, function, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's the best comparison I can give. Like,
but the reason why the DSA is so successful, though, is because they are working within the system. That's the thing. Like, they are endorsing progressive Democrats. If they did the same thing with third party candidates, they would be a failure. It just would not. It would just not. They wouldn't.
Do you think that there's general potential, though, if they actually mobilize, like, third parties? Because I feel like that potential is there, even though it may be minimal.
Not for
they would need to start.
Success,
they would need to start.
For
they would need to start. They would need to start locally, like, until.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, see, we agree with that. Okay, we both agree on that. Yeah.
Zero P says Matt is anti-third party. I'm not anti-third party. I'm just a realist in terms of what their strategy has been over the years, and it's been a failing strategy to come out every 4 years, run a presidential candidate, and then do nothing anywhere else.
Yeah, there needs to be a much bigger emphasis on changing the system. Otherwise, they will just be forever, like, disenfranchised, and that's not a good place to be. So,
like, listen. Let's say you have a favorite sports team, your local team. For me, okay, here we go. The New York Mets. Let's say they suck, and you don't have to really go that far out of. You don't really got to really imagine to get there. I support the team, but if they're constantly losing, then it's time to get a new GM. It's time to get a new bullpen. It's time to really change up the roster. That's what I'm saying here. Me saying that critique that the Mets need to look completely different, that doesn't mean I'm anti the New York Mets. They're my team. But I'm telling them, I'm being a realist. They need to do something so they actually win games.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one is for you, Matt, I think.
Is it? Let's see. It is Jacqueline Terrell with a super chat. How do you say her name, Mike? You said it earlier. Kishma Sawant? Or how do you say her first name?
Shama Sawant.
Shama Sawant is no longer in power. She's a podcaster now. LOL. Yeah,
I'm really disappointed about that.
I remembered that when they were talking about it earlier, but we'd already moved on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was gonna
Bless
sneeze.
you.
And we're on me, and
Bless
everyone is
you.
stopping and watching me sneeze.
It's okay. Bless you.
Yeah. Yeah, she's no longer in power. She's a podcaster now. Yeah.
I wish she ran for Congress. I think that would have been really, really cool to see her there. But yeah, her choice.
This
for you.
is also for me. For Resto with a super chat. I got elected school board unopposed in a rural area, and I highly encourage other people to run for local seats. If no one runs, the mayor appoints it. Yes, please run. Because listen, you run, and you win, even if it's something like this. And you immediately start meeting people within the community just from your position. And then from there, if you have higher aspirations for office, you will have that built-in community support.
Yeah, I agree.
So do it. Do it. Anyone, even if you're not, you don't have higher political aspirations, maybe you can use those connections you make in the office you have to help get out the vote for a candidate that does and that you support when they run.
Also, just to remind people, for a lot of the local seats, they're part-time jobs. So you can still do your regular job and be a city council person or a school board person. Like, it's not, I know a lot of city council positions, even in the Bay Area, is part-time. So you can still live your regular life and be a, hold political office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that you shared that for us, though, because I think that people really, even just the local office, people kind of think that it's just this really huge barrier, when in actuality, you can feasibly win this. Like, you don't need a huge grassroots campaign. So that's really cool that you shared that for us, though. I appreciate that. Good for you.
100%. Yeah, of course.
Mike Thompson with a super chat. Macklemore has been pushing for land back.
Wacklemore, you mean? I'm just kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him. He's growing up. We all used to be cringe when we were younger, and he's
okay. He gets a pass.
Evolving. Yeah, we can give him a pass now. Also for you, Matt.
CPU Alpha with a super chat. Hey Matt, it's the dude from Alberta you interviewed yesterday. My wife watched our chat and wants to jump on next time. Oh, so well, you could take this this super chat in many different ways.
You said it, not us.
Yeah.
But basically, what happened was a listener called into my show last night during the live stream, and basically they told me the story of how they were a big Rogan fan. They were further falling down the right-wing rabbit hole, and as this was happening, and their marriage was failing, and his wife was ready to leave him, and then he had this epiphany where he just needed to step away from who he was and what he was doing, and just spend time with her. And in doing that, he found his relationship started to get better. He found leftist media, and it all started to make a lot more sense to him. And he completely changed his worldview, and him and his wife are good now. They have a kid.
You saved the marriage.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's really godly. He's out here saving marriages.
And interestingly, they discovered me on TikTok, because I guess someone cut a TikTok video of me on the Majority Report, maybe even the Majority Report's account, and uploaded it, and he came across it, and that's how he discovered me. And because he started watching me, that's how he discovered the Majority Report, which might be the first time anyone's ever found the Majority Report in that way. Usually it's the other way around. They're a Majority Report fan, they find me through the Majority Report fan. Yeah.
Don't sleep on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is great. Damn, that's a really cool story. I've gotta check that out, because I want to see what the wife has to say now. That's really cool. I need to go back and watch that. I didn't get to see all your stream, Matt, but yeah, that sounds interesting. Okay, so this is for me from Chris Corcoran, $5. J.K. Rowling is hitting rock bottom, and she's going to directly get a trans woman killed. How do we stop her? Shame on WB for continuing to work with her.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I don't know that you can stop her. She's kind of spiraling. She started off just like dabbling in transphobia, and now she's just attacking trans women just for being trans women. WB is working with her because right now transphobia isn't a big threat to their cash cow. And you know, there needs to be a push to make it so that way transphobia is not acceptable, but it's currently still socially acceptable. So, you know, companies aren't going to sever ties with transphobes, unfortunately. And that's such a big franchise that it's kind of like untouchable. That's kind of what we saw with the game, the Hogwarts Legacy game. So I don't really know what to do with her. I think that she's going to continue to get worse, but she lost millennials. She lost a lot of Zoomers. And the more people find out about her, the more people that she's going to turn off. Like I have family members who had no idea that she was a transphobe. That's like all of a sudden like, oh, well, fuck her. I don't want anything to do with her. So people don't know. And a lot of them are finding out. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not really sure. It's hard to say because when you're rich and powerful, you're untouchable. But, you know, just educate people. If they don't know about her, they should find out. You know, and maybe not support that. If they like Harry Potter, pirate Harry Potter instead, you know?
Listen, I hate to perpetuate my godliness, but I was never a Harry Potter fan. I was right all along.
Actually, me neither. I could never get into it, ever. I tried so hard. It just was not for me.
It's, you know, I watched it as an adult because I wasn't allowed when I was a kid, so.
The first movie is okay. Decent movie. Everything after that, I don't think it's that great at all. Not even okay. Not even decent.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, really, Harry Potter came to life because of the stars. Everybody loves, you know, the kids: Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert. I forgot his last name.
Murdoch. Everyone loves Rupert Murdoch.
different
Rupert Murdoch.
A very established man.
Shut up. All right, so here's another one for you. From your dad.
My dad, member for 9 months. Thanks for the support, Dad.
That's so sweet.
It's very wholesome, but it just sounds funny because you never hear like super chat from my dad. Thanks, Dad, for the 9 month super chat. Like I love it.
Yeah, it'll be funny when it's
really
like,
cute.
this month my dad had to cancel his membership, folks.
That's so cute. I love it.
My dad says, this is what I mentioned earlier. New York Rangers eliminated Carolina Hurricanes with a 5-3 win. Yeah, that was I was following it online and I saw 15 minutes left in the third period, 3-1 Carolina Hurricanes. And I was like, oh, fuck, we're going to a game 7. And I'm worried because that means that the Rangers just lost their last 3. But they somehow fucking scored 4 goals in a matter of less than 15 minutes. It's insane.
Let's see. I think we're here. This one's for you, I believe.
Hold on. Someone said, "What the hell is with that Avatar pic?" Yeah, my dad has an interesting sense of humor. I think it's like a bunch of toy soldiers over like a supposedly dead squirrel or something like that. If you If you go on Twitter, his avatar is the thumbs up Jesus. And I just and added an added thing to that is that my dad is Jewish. So I mean, yeah.
Your dad is based. I love your dad.
Yeah, that's so cute. I wish my dad was like that.
Pluvius with a super chat. I've decided that my rap name is 5N Rhymes, the grocery rapper. Also on third parties, West Genuine, RK Jr., Totally Grifting. Yeah, I mean,
of course.
I wish that I wish that
I don't know. I kind of believe the worm story. I feel like you guys are hating.
Well, that's the one true thing about him that he's told, that he had brain worms. Yeah. Like that's obvious. I could tell. I could diagnose him over the internet just looking at him.
Yeah. But this, I'm gonna be a third party. People are gonna accuse me of being a third party hater again. But imagine if Cornel West ran in the Democratic primary. I mean, it would have
that would be much more impactful. Absolutely.
Listen. Biden would still have won the primary, obviously, but Cornel West would have, without a doubt, gotten more support. His campaign would have been taken more seriously. He would have actually affected how Biden went about everything. Honestly.
Yeah. I think that's undeniable. Dom, $2. Oh my God, are you hitting on our guest, Dom? I'd love to take Ariana to a game. My Persian queen. Dom, stop. You don't have to respond, Ariana.
Dom, is your avatar you with your child? I mean, maybe he's a single dad. We could, that could be the case.
He is a single dad. Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I was about to say, does your wife know that you're?
No, Dom is a good guy. But don't hit on the guests, Dom.
Oh God, I'm not gonna say anything. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. We got you. This one is for you, I think, Matt.
500 internal with a super chat. Thank all of you for letting me know the proper answer to Drake Kendrick because I've never paid attention to either one. It all sounds dumb to me. Yeah, I agree. I think listen, if it was any other time I would have been like, yeah, it's the usual pop culture stuff, but it was very weird that like this was like the talk of the town when like things were getting really serious with the impending invasion of Rafah, and like I feel like I was in some sort of dystopia where like Twitter was pushing all this Drake Kendrick stuff on me while like my actual feed was talking about how like, oh my God, it's gonna get even worse in Gaza. You know, it was very weird.
Mm-hmm. Another one for you.
Fred J. Walsh with a $10 super chat. Have it your way. Have it your way, buddies. Thanks for streaming. I didn't do a very good Jordan Peterson.
You captured
it. Have it your way.
No,
buddies.
Lance is the one that does that really good. I don't think anyone could beat Lance. I'm sorry.
Lance has a great one.
You're godly.
I think I got a version of it. Have it your way.
That's Bart from The Simpsons. That's not Jordan Peterson.
Bart.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see where we're at. I think this one's for you.
Renee with a super chat. I'm all for wearing a Mao outfit in combat fatigues. Don't know what Renee is talking about.
Another one for you.
Trans Girl 420 with a 420 super chat. Weed. Very on brand here. Wow.
I love that. We have Dom again. How can I find my Persian queen? There's somebody out there in the universe for you, Dom. You will find her one day.
Wait, is he Iranian or no?
I think he is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it more acceptable if he says that? If he's Iranian?
Yeah, if he's Iranian, okay. I'll accept. But
yeah,
if he's like if it's like a white man saying Persian queen, then I'm running.
Right.
No, he's Dom is Persian. He's cool. He's one of my mods. He's a good guy.
The child in his video, in his picture, is very white, so I was not sure.
Yeah, no, Dom is Persian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome. This one's for you, Matt.
Renee with the super chat. Pac-Man is the reverse Greenwald. Okay on domestic, bad on foreign affairs. That's actually a pretty good way of putting it. That is the reverse Greenwald. Yes, Greenwald's usually fairly good on foreign policy, not foreign policy, but foreign affairs, and really bad on at least recently domestic. Well, not all domestic, but
that's really insightful.
Yeah.
For you.
Awesome Possum with a super chat. Hi, nerds. Please see I Saw the TV Glow. Great movie. I think someone recommended that. I really want to see that. I'm a big horror fan. So I see everything I could horror. And this is one I want to see.
All right, we got another.
Parker with a super chat. Binder, just to see the lag timing. 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. All right. This might be a callback to earlier in the Majority Report. Brandon Sutton was on with us, and his stream was lagging. And so Matt Leck wanted to check how big the lag was. So Matt started counting down 5, 4, 3, and he stopped for Brandon to come in so we could see where. And there was a really long pause before Brandon went 2, 1. And so clearly there was a big lag. He got off to reset his wireless. And then he came back on, and Emma decided to test the lag with Brandon. And she goes, "Okay, Brandon, let's test out this lag. Let's try it out. Ready? Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, 0." And then she realized that she didn't leave him any room. She just counted down for no reason. She didn't do it correctly is the point. It was funny in the moment, but I'm giving you guys a little bit of background.
That's cute.
I guess
like
you had
it.
to be there. I guess you had to be there.
I like it. This one for you.
Guy on his own crusade 35. We need someone like Dr. Cornel West. Yeah, I like Cornel West. But
cool.
he just didn't he didn't run very smart. He was all over the place. How many
Oh yeah, the
different
party
parties-
switch was weird for sure.
It wasn't just one either. He switched like 4 different parties.
Yeah, I just, yeah, I still love and appreciate Dr. Cornel West, but he did not plan accordingly to run for president, and it would have been cool. He just kind of bungled it, but he's more of an activist than not like a politician. So
yeah,
that's
career politician.
Yeah, that's my cope
I
with
agree.
it. I still love him. But yeah. 4 pounds from Shami Sengupta. Thank you so much. $4.99. Majority Report and Left Reckoning have gone hard after Pac-Man on Gaza and domestic stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, I believe it. Narrator with $10. Thank you, narrator. Majority Report jokes about how different the YouTube libs would respond to Gaza if it was filled with dogs, but can't critique their own defending of white supremacy and advocating electorally for Biden. I haven't seen their joke about that, but
I feel like narrator is just trying to start shit.
yeah, narrator has he has a love-hate relationship with us, or I should say they, because I don't know. They love us, but they like to shit talk us, but it's all in good love. But I don't agree with everything narrator says, but it comes from a good place. So I appreciate narrator. Like narrator is very, very, he's they're very much affected by what's going on, and yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm affected by it too, but it's there's a lot of other things to consider. There's a lot of nuance, and I've been in that predicament before, where it's like, no, fuck the Democrat. They have to lose no matter what. But that's a pretty privileged position, Like it's easy for me to say, as somebody who's a white dude, not an immigrant, cis. Other people will be affected. Like my trans niece could be affected by a Trump presidency. He could, at the stroke of his pen, ban gender affirming care. Things like that are what I think about. Why I can't just say, no, fuck Joe Biden, he has to lose. Like there's more people to think about. And that's the reality of our system. Like we're given this binary choice. So it's Biden or Trump. And, we try the best to oppose them both. But we have to be careful and nuanced, because it's not as easy as fuck Biden, because then that means you get Trump. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to change the system if you don't want this duopoly and binary choice. So, but I do understand where narrator is coming from, though. But cool it, narrator, okay? Unless you're going to send more super chats to yell at me, then don't cool it. No, we love narrator. Okay, so this one is for you, I think, Matt.
Jason with a super chat, $10 super chat. Evangelical Christians, including Daily Wire's Oil Daddy, are pushing a gay genocide in Uganda called the Kill Gay Bill. Daily Wire support this. Yes, I know it is. It's. We've definitely talked about this before. This has been a long-term issue. This isn't like a new thing. But yes, thank you for. We should do. Someone should do. I'm sure there is out there a longer sort of the piece about this.
Yeah. So the Ugandan gay community, they call themselves Kuchu, the Kuchu community. So since like 2010, there's been this push that started with evangelicals lobbying them to adopt really homophobic policies, kill the gays bill. And in 2010, they adopted like a less severe version of kill the gays, if I'm remembering correctly. It was life in prison. But this last round, they actually were like, no, we're going to murder gay people for aggravated homosexuality. And the way that the right, like the Daily Wire people, I don't know if there's any specific hosts that were saying this, but like the way that right-wingers were defending it is they were saying, no. They were saying that they were defining aggravated homosexuality as pedophilia. But what people don't understand is that they think that all gay people are just inherently pedophiles. So this isn't like them.
And I think that we shouldn't chalk it up to not being educated on the issue. They know.
Right. Yeah. They know what they're doing, but I think that's important to know. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Like they're trying to lie to gin up support in the West and say, oh, okay, maybe it's not that bad. They're going after pedophiles. Do you support pedophiles? They're not. They want to kill gay people, and they're just saying all gay people are pedophiles. All LGBTQ plus people are pedophiles. So that's like the long story short version of it. But yeah, there's a lot of really good Kuchu activists that are pushing back despite like risking it all. So I really, really have a lot of respect for them. Okay. This one's for you, Matt.
Narrator of the super chat. I'm calling the debates for Trump-Biden. Trump is a threat to... I'm calling the debates for Trump. Biden. Trump is a threat to democracy. Trump. Biden was afraid to debate in front of an audience.
Pretty accurate.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, we'll see. I don't think there'll be any real winner of the debates. I think it's just gonna be a shit show all around.
Yeah. Wasn't it? God, who was the CNN lady? Who was like, that was a complete shit show.
This isn't the Trump of 4 years ago. Even Trump has lost it too. Like, I don't think, like, yes, every now and then he hits some sort of funny remark or something, but this isn't the same like Trump that was cleaning up the debates of 2016. That Trump is certainly gone. And I don't even think this is the same Trump of 4 years ago. These guys are remarkably older.
He's going to be bitching and moaning about his cases. Just watch. It's literally going to be all like, they're after me. They're after me. They're all blah, blah, blah. And then Biden's going to be like, see.
That's going to turn people off, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, 100%.
It's great fodder for his base, but in terms of like regular people, they're just gonna not be interested.
These debates are gonna be a shit show. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like that train wreck that you can't stop watching. It's gonna be so bad. Biden can't even get a word out. He's genuinely starting to sound incoherent, and I'm not saying this because I don't like him. Genuinely speaking, he will just say random cities when he's talking about Gaza. He's just not fully there. I don't care what anyone says. He's not there.
Yeah, no, he's not.
It's just not going to be a good look. I don't know why they're really hounding in on the whole debate thing, people, but whatever.
There are different Bidens that show up, and I'm curious to find out exactly. I'm curious to see how they get which Biden to show up. I would love to know the details behind that.
Lots and lots and lots of addies.
Yeah,
I mean, literally, like they have
something like that.
They literally need to do that. Like, I'm not joking. Like, if they don't give him Adderall, or something like some sort of upper, then they're fucking up.
Get chewed out.
Yeah, he needs to be drugged up. High as fuck during the debate.
For most issues prior to 7-8 months ago, he has the same shtick down he's been doing for decades. He's Mr. Blue Collar from whatchamacallit,
Philly.
From Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's all about the trains and workers, and he could do that even with his mind, an older mind gone or whatever. But he's dealing with issues now that require critical thinking and the ability to go beyond just the same shtick he's been playing for decades, and that's where he's lost.
I agree.
Yeah. And he was always kind of a gaffe machine. Like, if you even go back to 2000, like, he was much more with it, obviously. But, like, he made a lot of stumbles. I mean, he ran for president multiple times before Obama picked him to be VP. He's kind of a fuck up. And failed upwards. So I don't have high hopes, but if he can just like make it through that debate and not fuck up too badly, I think he'll be okay, assuming Trump doesn't act like a reasonable adult on that stage and he gets up there and starts foaming at the mouth and shitting his pants. Otherwise, it's going to be a disaster for Biden.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Matt.
For Resto with the super chat, I'm working security and someone just hit a customer's parked car. The cops refused to do a report because it's private property. Cops so lazy. Wait, what? I've never heard that before. If you need a police report to file with your insurance company. I've never heard that before.
If someone does a hit and run, like I don't know what the circumstance was, because sometimes you do need a police file.
I mean, I was taught always you get into an accident, you have the cop show up, so you have the document, the document that no one can argue with, of the cops writing down what both sides said happened. And you submit that to your insurance company. In fact, I recall there was a time where like your insurance company would specifically request it, and it was seen as like very bad if you did not have a police report.
Yeah, but now cops don't really show up to car accidents as much. Like we got
It's been
hit.
a long time since I got into an accident, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving with my friend and we got hit from someone hit us on a red light, and the cops were like, "Why do you want to report? Just take down the information and tell the insurance." So.
That's because all the leftists defended them. That's why they got
this. So all this time I've been saying that the only reason to call the cops is to get the report so you have a document if there's legal issues or whatever. I've always said that's the reason to call the police. That's the one issue that you have to call the police for. And now it's not even that. So now police really are completely pointless. They don't even give
you could try. They're probably not going to come out.
They don't give you a report. I'm not even talking about like accidents. I'm talking about like, when let's say you get robbed or, your car gets stolen or whatever, you got to call the police so they could file a report so you could then use that as the document to give to your insurance company for whatever.
If it's a fender bender, they're not coming out. Like your car has to topple for them to come out.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah.
All right, we still got quite a bit left, so we'll try to speed up here. This is for you.
It's not.
No? Okay, it must be for David Dole. So Tony D with $10. Thank you, sir. Eric Adams, mayor of NYC, took bribes to tell NYPD to beat protesters.
Yes, I heard about this. This is a new Washington Post report. It wasn't just that. There was a WhatsApp group with many rich billionaires, influential real estate developers, company CEOs, and they apparently were organizing to shut these protests down. And a few of them got a meeting with Eric Adams, where they offered to donate to his campaign if he had the NYPD shut down the campus protests in New York City.
Wait, I'm trying to find the article. What is this?
It was just released today, Washington Post. Those Kind bars, the granola bars that are really popular that people eat. The Kind granola. The founder of Kind bars is one of those people who was in that room with So if anyone's looking for a new product to boycott.
Yeah.
God.
Wow. KWY Jibo, $5. Thank you. Please invite Mega Ran back. I was hospitalized and listening to his and MC Lars ode to a Grecian urn in the critical care unit. It helped me survive. Oh, wow. That's really cool. I wish that he saw this, but absolutely we'll invite him back for sure. And for you, Matt, I think.
Narrator of the super chat. Imagine a world where anti-Zionists did some coalition building and put an anti-Zionist in those debates instead of saying, "Oh, the Electoral College." How would that happen? That's I think you're living a bit in fantasy land here. How would anti-Zionists get a candidate on stage with Donald Trump and Joe Biden? I mean, we've seen what anti-Zionist organizing is. It's these massive street protests and campus protests, but that's still not anywhere near the power to have a major presidential candidate who is able to hit all the requirements to be on a presidential debate stage. It's just not even in the reality of like what can be achieved.
Yeah, I think that the thing that you have to realize is that you're not really going to be able to make the kind of change that you want by working within the system, even reforming the system. Like, if to fundamentally change things, you have to have a violent revolution, but not all of us are revolutionaries, right?
Mike right here, right now, giving his endorsement to a violent revolution, folks. You heard it here, folks.
No. Because folks. If we have a revolution, that'll be a fascist one because they're more organized than leftists.
When the revolution happens and everyone says it goes to Mike and the authorities come in and take him away, he's gonna be sitting there. He's gonna be sitting there going, "I didn't do it. I did everything right, and they indicted me."
No, I mean, listen, I'm not a revolutionary. I work within the system to the extent that I can, but acknowledge we're not gonna get fundamental change. We can get good change, but the best we get, FDR, that like stops the downfall of our society for like a couple of decades, but that's always the best that we're going to get. So there are people who are revolutionaries and there are people who are advocates and activists that try to work within the system. I'm of that camp because admittedly, I don't have the chops to be a revolutionary. I'm not out in the streets. I'm an advocate. I'm a YouTuber, right? But there are people who are revolutionaries. And, you know, it seems like you're in the camp of the revolutionaries narrative, but you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish unless you do violence. Like, watch Ole's voting video because she makes this very point. How
Mike's
they're
doing it
revolutionary.
again. Here he goes, folks. You want to see change in the world? It's time to fuck shit up.
I mean, it's the truth. You know, that's kind of the capitalism. You're not going to vote your way out of capitalism. Like, that's just the reality. So, you know, that's the way our system is, unfortunately. I'm not advocating for violence. I'm not going to do violence. Again, I'm not a revolutionary like that. 0PE with $4.99. Did y'all cover the Israelis blocking aid trucks and damaging the contents on them? They are full mask off now. Yeah, so I didn't cover this. I mentioned it. I know that David Dole also talked about this. He actually did a full video on this. It is the most infuriating thing ever because as they're destroying aid, they're laughing about it. And I just have, like, these are disgusting people. The fact that they would destroy aid going to starving people, it really shows you like how dehumanized Palestinians are in their eyes. Like, they genuinely just don't view them as human beings. They don't even view them as equal to animals. It's genuinely sickening. And you know, that might be just like a small portion of Israeli society, but like there's a lot of Islamophobia there. Like, think of post 9/11 America. Like, that's basically what we're seeing right now in Israel, but much, much, much worse. You know, you can only do something like that if you really think of your opponent as like not human, when you thoroughly dehumanize them. So it's really sick because to be able to do that and laugh, that mentality is, I mean, you're gone. You're just gone. You know, no coming back from that. Funky Flesh with $10. Thank you. Hey, Mike, excellent video on immigration this week. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you saying that. And thanks for the super chat. Yeah, I talked about a Trump supporter who turned out to be an undocumented immigrant. And I used that as a launching point for a broader conversation about
the guy in Florida?
Yeah.
That was such a great Uno reverse story. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. There's a guy in Florida. His name is Jimmy Class. He's been, in America since he was 2 years old.
MAGA Chud.
Yeah, American father, Canadian mom. He's been voting all this time, and then he's retiring, applies for Social Security, finds out he's not a citizen. He's like, what? He has a Social Security card, which is odd. But he goes to apply for citizenship, gets denied. And as he and still up in limbo. And as he's like talking to reporters, he has a big Trump sign on his door, you know? So it's like, are you going to have more empathy for undocumented people now that you're literally the person Trump is complaining about? Of course not, because there's a difference between white immigrants and black and brown immigrants, right? And that was the point that I made in my video. Like, we don't hear any complaints about Ukrainian immigrants. But when it comes to Haitian immigrants, Latin American immigrants, even the prospect of Gazan immigrants, they can't take it, right? So it's anti-immigration, like xenophobia. It's racism. It is white supremacy. And my goal of that video was to try to like use that white dude to like help other white people who are ignorant understand. Because every once in a while I'll have like, hate watchers, or I'll have people with conservative family members. And like, I think using that story, like trying to get white people to empathize with immigrants through a white person, maybe that'll work. I'm not really sure, but I tried to talk more about like immigration in general and how fucked up our system is. I use an Ole clip also because she's been really great talking about this. And yeah, thank you. I really appreciate the validation, Funky Flesh.
I love this person's name is Funky Flesh, and you got.
I know
it's so funny.
Scotty Cameron, $5. Thank you. I would love to see Jon Stewart or Eric Andre go on Club Random to own Bill Maher in the same way Bill Burr did. That would be awesome, actually.
God, Bill Maher.
Yeah, I hate.
He's not gonna have them on.
I don't think so either. Yeah, he'd view them as like woke liberals or something like that. Pluvius, $5. Thank you. Mike's solution for world peace. Everybody poops. I mean, listen, that's my way that I get people to see that everybody is just human beings, right? Like these celebrities, they've got their noses up in the air. They're multimillionaires. They act like they're better than everybody else. But that doesn't change the fact that they're just human beings, right? They're gross. They shit, take nasty, dirty shits just like us. Like they're not better than us, right? So that's I'm trying to bring them down, let everyone know they're on the same level. And you do that by reminding them that at our core, we are disgusting human beings, all of us. Even them. I think this is for you, Matt, or it could be for David.
It is. Renee with a super chat. Check out Anna Tiju Somo Sir and on KCRW NPR. All right, I will.
180K Chan, $2. Thank you. May Israel defenders have Yelper special forever. I'm not sure what that means. But they should not be defending Israel. I saw a TikToker call it "isn't real," and I thought that was funny.
That's fun. And yeah, they do that all over TikTok. Or yeah.
Oh, so okay. That's how
it's
you
like
know
a
I'm out
TikTok
of touch.
thing.
Yeah, I forgot.
Or they say is not real. They'll say ISNOT and then REAL.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny. It's this dude that like always roasts celebrities, and like he says that he was in the Swiftie fandom, and one of the Taylor Swift fans went to jail because she refused to join the IDF, and that's how he learned about.
That's been a thing on Twitter. I don't know if it's true, but I've seen that before.
Yeah, one of the fan clubs, or I don't know if it's the like Israel Taylor Swift fan club. Like they went to jail because they wouldn't join the IDF.
Yeah, I think it was just like a user that goes by that name. But
is it?
But they're a Taylor Swift fan, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Damon with a super chat. Oh wait, this isn't mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's addressed to. It threw me off because it's addressed to you, but it's from me.
Yeah, doing the old switcheroo.
$4.99. Matt, as a geriatric millennial, how was it like living in precedented times? JK, take my $5. Love you, ma'am. Man.
I will not be taking your $5 to Mike.
Shami Sengupta with £4.99 Macklemore did the work. He sampled Anna La Habibi by Lebanese singer Farouz, the songbird of the East, who was a big Palestine supporter. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I also found it really...
That is cool. That is
yeah.
really cool.
I found it... so one of my... in our Patreon Zoom call, somebody told me about this Palestinian rapper. He's like a 14-year-old boy. His name is MC Abdul. He is amazingly talented. Like, I am shocked. Yeah? Really, really talented. Like, he raps about his experience in Palestine. Gut-wrenching shit. Like, he talks about how, he tells his little sister that it's fireworks, not bombs, but he's lying to her. Really, like, just a 14-year-old should not be talking about this kind of shit. But, like, very, very good. Like, just gut-wrenching shit.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. MC Abdul. I think his biggest song is "Shouting at the Wall." Really, really good stuff. I can't believe he's 14 years old. Like, he's very talented.
Oh, the Palestinian kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. He actually grew up in Gaza, so.
Yeah, he's out right now, right? Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. I saw him in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Okay. So he's not in Gaza.
No.
Yeah, which is good because
I
would be apprehensive about like promoting him if he was in Gaza, because then just like anyone who has notoriety, they become a target of the IDF. Like,
of course, yeah. No, he's out. He's in America.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, check out MC Abdul, everyone. Okay, I think we're right here. This is for you.
Kuya, damn man with super chat for me. Thank you, Kuya. Prince looking real punk this week on the Leftist Mafia. Oh, thank you.
I love that.
There was a thing last week. I don't know if people were talking about. We were talking about who what celebrities we've been told we look like, and I told people that I've been told I look like Prince, and Mike specifically started laughing, and then I showed them a picture of how I looked many years ago, and then they were like, "Oh shit, it makes sense now."
Fucking
so
wild.
There you go.
Yeah, so I posted a clip of that to my second channel, and somebody said that David Dole looks like Chris Stuckman, and I could actually see that. Chris Stuckman is a movie review and channel and a director on YouTube. I can kind of see that.
I have to check that. He does. I hate that someone said it, but it is true. DeSantis.
For David Dole, I don't see DeSantis in David.
I see DeSantis.
Really? Oh, you're doing him dirty. I don't see DeSantis.
No, I don't. I don't see it either.
I see it.
You're reaching.
Damn. Going for the jugular tonight, Matt. He ain't even here to defend himself. Okay, I think that we're here. We're getting close. Oh my God, Emo Dragon. This is for you, Matt.
It is. Where hold on, let's see. Where is the Emo
God
Dragon?
Damn it, Emo.
You make me feel like an established woman.
I swear to God. Rolling DD with 420 weed. Love that. An alternate of Trans Girls tweet. ABS, Anonymous Bastard Society with $2. Thank you. Hey Mike, do you still watch Richard Bedhurst? No, I haven't even seen him in a while. I don't even think he's around. Does he still do videos? I genuinely don't know if he still does videos. He was, if I'm remembering correctly, he was a Syrian YouTuber. I was on a show a long time ago. I can't remember. He used to post a lot of his clips to Twitter, and that's how I'd watch him primarily. I haven't seen him around in a while, so I can't.
Mike used to be problematic with his Jimmy Dore connection and his.
Hey, live and learn, right?
Yes, that's true. No, we all live and learn.
I'm also very like, I'm a good judge of character, but I have cognitive dissonance. Like, if I like somebody and I give them way too much benefit of the doubt and hope that they're gonna change, I do that way too much. In this space, I kind of have adapted a little bit because there's kind of like ulterior motives. People in this space aren't like regular people in life where they can change. You know, there's a monetary. So I'm trying to adapt for this space and be more suspicious, but not too suspicious, because again, you do want to give people grace.
But also, some people are like bamboozly. Like, I met some people in this space, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're really in it for the fight." And then, like, some things came out. I was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Like, okay, you are very self-interested. I'm gonna distance myself. It's a learning curve. I've definitely gone through that myself with multiple creators as well. It's hard.
Right. It's just part of the process. You know, you learn it as you go, but you're never going to hit it correctly. Some people change just even without the monetary incentive, for the worse. So,
Mike, did you
100%,
skip?
yeah.
Did you skip a super chat from a user with the username Danny Man?
let me see. Yeah, I did actually. I'm sorry about that. This one here, right?
Yeah, it's not for me, but I saw them saying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Danny Man. Okay. $4.99 from Danny Man. I appreciate that. My apologies. The kicker doesn't even sustain brain damage or CTE, but somehow is that stupid. Talking about the what's his name? I can't. Plus he criticized. Yeah, we all know him.
Oh my god, damn! You almost skipped the best comment.
I know that's actually a banger. Plus, he criticized DEI, but plays with mostly black athletes. Yeah, so at this point in time, for him to be using DEI, we all like the secret's out. We know what you mean by DEI. You're just racist. We know what you want to say. So yeah, fuck that guy. I've never heard of him, but I hate him. And I saw a picture that Josh Hawley posted with him and that guy. Like, happy to call him my friend, and Josh Hawley is looking extra gay in that picture. I just I'm so sick of these people. They need to all go away. They need to harm themselves in Minecraft. Okay. I think we're here. And this is for you, Matt.
John Deere with a super chat. Sam of Maine electoral stance is very clear. Did you mean Sam of Majority Report? MR, not Maine. Sam of MR electoral stance is very clear.
The E is right next to the R.
When you vote for less evil, you get less evil. Doesn't ignore ire the evil.
I think it's too late for my brain to comprehend that.
Yeah,
Sam of Maine.
I don't really understand.
I think there's some misspellings in this post, and it's not just calling Sam of Majority Report Sam of Maine.
Sam of Maine.
The Sam of the state of Maine, the one and only.
I'm dead.
Everybody knows Sam of Maine. Asa Rosa with $4.99. Thank you, Asa. I'm scared considering under Trump the climate will have less protections and would have been more aggressive towards Palestine protesters. Yeah, I mean, with regard to Israel-Palestine, I can't see much difference between Biden and Trump. It's hard to imagine that we could do worse. It's the other issues that really worry me when it comes to Donald Trump. He does pose a threat to democracy and like LGBTQ plus people and just all around Supreme Court. If that's not persuasive to you, it's not persuasive to you. But these are things that I consider. Kowalski with $9.99. Thank you, Kowalski. Don't worry, Mike. I understand what you're saying. The NSA won't think twice if a farmer orders a bunch of extra fertilizer and diesel fuel. We're gonna light up the night sky. Damn, Kowalski. Not very Republican-y of you, Kowalski. Okay, chill. Cool it. Asa with a $1.99. By the way, GTA 6 will be out in fall of 2025. Really?
Period.
I feel like that's so far away, but it's worth the wait. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. Okay, we are closing in on the last couple of super chats. These next two are for you, I think.
Narrator of the super chat. I view revolution as a moral responsibility, but I don't want
violence.
I view violence.
That's smart,
revolution
narrator.
as a moral responsibility, but I don't want violence. I want people to believe it's possible because that's the first step before it is.
And then a follow-up from narrator for you.
Narrator, yep. It's being the people's power to take collective action to seize power, reform systems, and create a better world with a chance for survival, not violence.
I think it's also important to note that within our society, we have really washed out a lot of the violence that happened within our past and within a lot of the movements that we've had. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So I feel like even the notion of a little bit of violence goes insane in this country. People can't even comprehend it because they'll literally look at you and they'll be like, oh, but what about MLK? MLK was very peaceful. Yeah. When in reality, MLK's movement was more peaceful, but it wasn't all entirely peaceful. Like Black people couldn't have gotten liberation without violence. So I think it's also a societal problem as well.
Yeah, I mean, also MLK Jr. is the one that said riots are the language of the unheard people, right? Or something, like, I'm paraphrasing. But people, yeah, that's a great point. People do like to look back and reimagine things. I even saw people in response to the campus protesters. They were like, man, can you imagine LGBTQ people fighting for their rights like this, getting violent? It's like, hang on, first of all, do you know what Stonewall was? Do you remember the Stonewall riots? We would not have any rights if it weren't for the Stonewall riot. Emphasis on riot, okay?
Was it Marsha P. Johnson?
Yeah, Sylvia Rivera, Marsha P. Johnson, 2 trans women. If they did not start that, none of us would have rights today, or maybe we would, but certainly not as much. But they started that. So, you know, these are just movements. And I think that to just say, oh, it's all nonviolent, that's horseshit. I mean, we're a country because we didn't have a peaceful revolution. Remember, like, a little bit violent. So that's the point, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is... Oh, hang on, I gotta skip an ad. Okay, it warns you if there's an ad coming up, and whenever I see it, I skip it. You're welcome, viewers. Eric Archipong with $10. Thank you. Are any of you guys aware of the latest thing gamers are mad about? Many white gamers losing their minds at the thought of a black samurai. Oh my god, Eric, I saw that. I cannot take it anymore. So, for those who don't know, Ubisoft just unveiled the next Assassin's Creed game. It's set in feudal Japan, and the protagonist is a black samurai. It's based off of an actual true story, but I mean, it's an Assassin's Creed game, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fictional elements. But they are mad, and they're saying it got DEI-ified because instead of having a Japanese protagonist, there's a black protagonist. And gamers are just doing what they always do. Like, they freak out if it's not a white dude. They freak out every single time. So they're saying it's woke. It's becoming this huge thing. And yeah, I'm going to have to maybe do a video about that and make fun of them because it's the same shit. I'm so tired of them.
Do it.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing. This is all going to be counterintuitive because Assassin's Creed has not gotten this much attention for a very long time. So they're going to end up making the game do well. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since like 2012. They're going to make me want to play this. Because I mean, like, fuck, I just played the Neo game. That's about a white samurai in Japan. Like, they need to be serious and stop being clowns, but it's impossible. Okay, the last ones are for you, I think, Mike, Matt. Yeah, I'm reading Mike. God damn it, I'm so tired. Okay.
All right, Trent with a super chat. Gorillas had a "It's Not Real" shirt on in one of their videos. Really?
Oh, okay.
I gotta look that up actually. Gorillas. Did they?
I think this one's for you.
I'll look this up on my time, I guess. Kowalski says, with a $10 super chat, let Mike know I'm a John Brown Republican.
God, that's not a thing.
Narrator with a super chat, you say that, but we're about to make a statement as a country that genocide is electorally forgivable. We are damning the world for generations.
The world has been damned for generations.
Yeah, voting. You're not going to vote your way out of this situation. So the best you could do is try to minimize harm. I don't think you're understanding the point that we're making, narrator. God bless you, though, because you are persistent as fuck. Okay.
Listen, no hate. Like, I've been consuming Palestine content for the past 8 months and years before that. Like, my dad is a scholar on the issue, so I get it. I understand where the anger is coming from, but I genuinely feel like you also have to look at this from a realistic viewpoint. And that realistic viewpoint is that they have peace washed a lot of the history that they've taught us in the past decades. Okay. I mean, I grew up, I didn't even know what Palestine was if it wasn't for my dad. You know, like, I thought MLK was this peace leader that just led marches and then everything changed. Like, I didn't learn shit until I actually went to college. So if we want to be realistic about the average American, what the fuck do you want them to do? People are living paycheck to paycheck. You want them to go out to the street and like, you know? And the only reason why the students at the college campuses were able to do encampments is because they're privileged enough. They can do that. They don't have 9-to-5s. They don't have a boss to speak to. They can live on an encampment and just go to class. You know, so I think we just have to be very aware of these things, you know? But if you want to start a revolution, go for it. I'm here.
Yeah, and also never like underestimate like just how dumb Democrats are, right? Like, let's say best case scenario, you know, everybody votes against Biden, and he loses. Like, he will never have the takeaway that you want him to have. He'll just say, "Oh my God, you know, they're just all anti-Semitic." He's not going to be like, "Wow, maybe I should have stopped doing the genocide." Like, do you remember in 2016 after Hillary Clinton lost? Like, there were so many conversations in mainstream media about how the Democrats should have shifted further to the right. Like, they're never going to have the takeaway. Because it doesn't matter to them if they lose. They're insulated from whatever Trump wants to do. And, you know, Democrats are going to be fine no matter what. So, you know, they don't really care about winning. And they're never going to get whatever message you want to send because they just genuinely don't care. And they're uninterested in listening to their constituents. That's part of the reason why I've like adapted as I've, you know, gone along and been doing this forever, because I was right with you there in 2016. I'm like, no, fuck Democrats. You have to send them a message, let them know that you won't support them if they, you know, disregard their base. They fundamentally do not care. They don't give a shit about you. So it's just about like doing what you can to mitigate harm. But I'm not saying it's not frustrating, because I fucking hate these people. I hate every Democrat that is supporting this genocide. And you know, you should hate them. But you know, that's not gonna change the reality that if they lose, Trump wins. That's the fact of reality, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Final
we
one.
feel your pain.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's for you, Matt. Final one.
T King with a super chat. A friend leftist stop viewing leftist Mafia after Goonergate. What was Goonergate?
That was the Stellar Blade conversation about the gamers who did the change.org petition because they removed some of the cleavage from the main character's clothing.
They stopped watching us because of that.
I got
is it
like
because
one
I
or
stopped
two comments.
Is it because I stopped showing as much cleavage as I used to?
Yeah, I actually got a couple of comments on my second channel. I posted the clip of that saying, "Wow, I can't believe you had this take." I'm like, really? You can't believe I had this take? Do you know who the fuck I am and what I've been saying? You think I'm going to say, yes, we need more cleavage, they're right, to do this change.org petition? I mean, be for reals. If you stop watching over that, then I genuinely don't think you should be watching in the first place. Come on.
Let's put it this way. This show has a physical Gooner gate around it, which you are not allowed to pass if you have a problem with our take on that lame ass fucking shit. If you are a gamer upset that the games you watch or play or whatever the fuck you do with a video game don't have enough cleavage in it, and that to you is a major issue, then please find another show that gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find it here. In fact, we will make fun of you because you are a loser.
Yeah, that's loser shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. And if you're mad, don't tell anyone you're mad about the cleavage being censored. Don't hide that shit. That's not... real quick, I just want to respond to this comment from Joshua. Mike doesn't understand the only way to change the party is to ensure the party fails if they don't listen to the base. That's not how you change the party. It would have changed in 1968. It would have changed them in 2016. They do not care. You're only fucking yourself over. These are elites who are insulated from the worst of what Trump has to offer. They can still get abortions. They can still have rights. They don't care about what you have to say. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You're not going to send them a message by not voting for them because they don't care. And even if they know what you're trying to say, which they do, they're smart. They just don't give a shit. A lot of it is stupidity, but a lot of it is hubris, and they don't care what you have to say. Okay, we got a couple more.
I'm starting to feel bad because we're getting more super chats coming in. Ariana, if you need to bounce, please by all means.
Honestly,
right. I'm sorry.
9:13 where I'm at. So I will go freshen up and go to bed if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, of course. I'm so sorry. I should have. I should have said
no,
something.
You did not have to sit here. You could have interrupted any time, please. We would not have.
Yeah,
taken
I'm
it
so sorry.
personally.
No, it's okay. No, don't
Next
be
time
sorry.
you can absolutely jump in and say, "I'm piecing the fuck out."
No, you're fine. You're fine. I've genuinely enjoyed this so much. Like, thank you again for having me here. It's always such a pleasure with you two. Seriously, thank you so much.
Always happy to have you.
Great having you on. Love having you on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see
Whenever you
in the
guys have
future.
slots, just let me know. And also,
Absolutely.
I think you guys should have both been at the conference that I was at. So, with your permission, I'm gonna do some intros just to get your guys' names in too, if you guys are okay with that.
Oh yeah, where was this?
It was in DC.
It was in DC. Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'll travel. That's not too far. Maybe too far for Mike, but for me, no.
Well, we'll see if they do one next year as well. It was like a pilot one, but it went really, really, really well. And it was a lot of TikTokers, but there were YouTubers there as well. And I feel like both of you guys should have been in those spaces. So, can you send me your email? Actually, I don't think I'm connected with you, but Mike, can you send me Matt's email as well? So I can just start an intro email.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll send
awesome.
you a DM
I
later.
appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
awesome.
you, Ariana.
Cool. Yeah, of course. I like if there is one next year, I really want them to diversify and bring a lot of different creators. So I'll put your guys' names in the hats, just in case that happens. But yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
I never knew I'd be a DEI pick.
Matt, I thought you were white. Are you not white?
I am actually. Yes, that's why I never knew I'd be a DEI pick.
Okay. I meant diversity as far as YouTubers, okay?
I know, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, you can say your dad is Jewish though, so I guess you could.
Yes, I am. I am ethnically Jewish, but that doesn't count. I'm not gonna go around telling people I'm indigenous to Israel.
Okay. Oh God, that would be such a shit show. But yeah,
He can be the
thank you so
token
much
Jewish
for
guy.
having me.
I'm the token gay dude. Like we can check all the boxes at the conference.
Oh my God. Well, actually, it was really cool because the MC of the event is the first trans athlete, I believe, that came out in support of trans athletes. And
Oh, that's cool.
he was amazing. He was amazing.
yeah.
You might know him. He was the author of the He, She, They, the book.
What's his name?
Skylar.
That sounds really familiar. I don't know for sure.
I feel like you know him. I feel like you have to know him.
The name's
like there's no way
Skylar.
you don't know him. Skylar Baylor.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he was the MC of the event.
I don't know him, but I know of him.
Yeah, you have to know of him because you're
Okay,
so
yeah.
yeah. So he was literally the MC of the event, which I thought was so freaking
That's
cool.
awesome.
So yeah, there was a lot of representation, and I just feel like you guys would have
That's
thrived
really
in that
cool.
space. So
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Mike, send me over your guys' emails. I'm gonna make you guys an intro at an agency, but I put my YouTube in the chat. I'm gonna put it in one more time, guys. I just got partnered like 2 weeks ago, and I've made $5 so far. So I would love to get like $100 payout in 3 months if you guys want to subscribe. That would be
Everyone go
amazing.
subscribe to
Go
Ariana.
subscribe
Her
to the
content
channel.
is
Yes.
great. You're gonna love it. If you like us,
all
you'll
do is
like
click
her.
the subscribe button. Right.
Thank you. Unfortunately, YouTube only people only react to people only engage with reaction videos. So I do a lot of peers reactions, but I add in a lot of depth. So don't worry, it's not just peers. spewing bullshit.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, I'll take something that's like more stupid, like hey, Dave Rubin said this dumb shit, and then I'll use that to talk about something serious.
Yeah,
That's the
tie
way-
it into something deep.
It's putting the cheese in the pill so that way the dog takes it.
Yeah.
Not that everybody is dogs. I love you all, but you just you
Yeah,
gotta
but
make it
y'all
interesting.
react. People on YouTube are so reaction. You have to give them something
Yeah.
to react to, or else they're not clicking on it.
There's got to be a hook somehow, some entertainment.
It's so crazy. Yeah.
My
I
video
agree.
today was about Jordan Klepper. He's in the title, but I talk about him for 10 seconds and then I move on to what I really want to talk about, which is Biden's polls, and make an argument there. So yeah, that's just a strategy. Everybody does it.
I agree. But anyways, I don't want to hold up more of your guys' time. Thank you so much for having me. And if you guys ever have any open slots, just shoot me a link. I would love to come in and just shoot the shit.
Will do.
Okay, cool. And then Mike,
Well, take
don't
care.
forget to send me the emails, okay?
Yeah, if I
The
forget,
intros.
I'll probably do it tomorrow. But if I forget, hit me up so that way I remember.
I'll write a note. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care.
Good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Bye.
Okay, so I think we are
You
right.
caused a bit of a controversy by calling your audience dogs, Mike. In the
Well, the good news is that I love dogs, so that's a compliment.
very, very Trumpian of you to compare your audience to dogs. Trump loves the like a dog comparison.
They're dogs. They follow us everywhere.
Like a dog. He died like a dog.
You know, that's how you get people to eat their vegetables. You know, you make it look fancy. You know, dress it up a little bit. That's literally what every creator does. So it's not like I'm saying anything unique, but you know, you got to make it entertaining. Okay, so I think this one's for you.
Narrator with a super
the
chat
other ones are all
says-
for you, besides one.
Let's do them quick then. Maybe we can get out of here. Narrator
Yeah.
with a super chat. No, I just want them to vote.
Okay.
Renee with a super chat. Chilean here. Despair can lead to revolt. Yeah. Take it from a Chilean.
Somebody said Mike is going to cricket us. I would never. My God. How dare you?
Oh, that's not for me.
Well, it's for David.
No one in my audience would dare to wish David well.
Wishing David feels better soon. I think this is for David. Thank you. I will make sure he knows.
Omega with a $10 super chat. Hey y'all, sup Ari? Glad you stood up to Booker. We need to catch people lacking SP. They have to answer for spine. I'm guessing they have to answer for nonsense these days. Also, Mike, is Whitebeard goated in One Piece or what?
Yeah. I'd be curious to know your thoughts when you get to the queer arc with Bon and Eva. I'm really curious to know your thoughts on that. You don't have to set a super chat, but just like type it in the chat next time because that shit is fucking amazing. Stefan Curazos, 1999. Thank you so much. Hey, Mike, because of you, I went to a workers' strike back meeting at the University of Washington. That's awesome. Shama Sawant spoke at the meeting and was discussing how workers need to organize to stop the genocide in Gaza. That's really cool. Good for you for going to that. That's really cool. If there's a political event near you, I would highly encourage you to go to it if it's a town hall or a DSA meeting, because you have no idea how refreshing it feels to just be in the presence of people who care about things and think like you. Like you kind of get a little bit of that when you watch YouTube videos, but it's just interacting with people and having those real life conversations. It really does make a difference, and you're doing something. So I'm really glad that you decided to do that, Stefan. Okay, the rest are for you.
Trent with a super chat. The AC game has two protagonists, the Japanese woman and Yasuke, an actual historic figure. So it's double woke, LMAO.
Oh, yep. Woman protagonist too. I forgot about that. Yeah. I haven't seen the trailer. I've just seen the outrage of the about the Yasuke. I didn't know his name, but yeah.
Yasuke.
All right, we got two more.
Narrator with another super chat. Narrator, there's a lot of super chats tonight. Ariana for permanent member. Left is best. LYMI. I'm not sure what that is. Love you.
Mean it.
Mean it. Oh, okay.
We love you too,
Ariana's great. Yeah, she fits right in.
I love her.
If we did add a sixth person, she would definitely make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think we got too many people. With 5.
Damn. Oh my God! What are you saying, Matt?
Time to vote another member off the island. That's what I
shit!
think.
Who did something? Okay, final one.
No, but if we did add a sixth member, I think Ariana is definitely up there for contention.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Trent with a super chat. No sleep to Brooklyn. It's no sleep till Brooklyn, not to Brooklyn. But I get this. It's still I you know it's the thought that counts. I definitely appreciate it, Trent.
No, Joshua Miller said vote Mike out. Joshua, no. Okay, just joking. Okay, I didn't mean to put you on blast. I just wanted to respond because I think that you were You brought up something that I wanted to address. Okay, love you. Okay, you're not actually mad. Okay, I appreciate you, Joshua. I didn't want to actually make you upset. Sorry. So I don't think sometimes I'll just put somebody's comment up and then respond and be kind of like direct, but it's nothing but love. I think that the anger that you all feel is not to placate you or blow smoke up your ass. Like if half of the country cared at least half as much as you do, I think we'd be in a better place. I think that we need to be angry. And if you're not angry right now, then there's something wrong with you. But yeah, that's oh, we got one more. This is from T-Types. It's Leftist Mafia Squid Game time. Damn. We could do like a Fortnite competition or some type of video game competition. And then whoever comes in last, we get voted out permanently from the Leftist Mafia.
No, I think we should murder whoever leaves the show.
God damn. Well, the stakes are too high. I wouldn't want to, commit to that. How would we do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I will have to think about it. Over on Twitch. Oh, Dan from the web, thank you for the raid. And Valinova cheered 500 bits. Have you guys seen Valentina Gomez's campaign ad? I have not. Who is? I don't even think I'm familiar with her. Who's Valentina Gomez? Oh my God. All I see is the headline. Mike, are you ready for this? Outrage after Republican candidate tells voters, "Don't be weak and gay."
I did see that. Okay. Yeah, I did see that.
I didn't see that actually. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I am
simple and sweet.
Unless it's in my very specific tech beat, because it's part of my day job, my world has been absolutely all encompassed by what's going on in Gaza. I've missed out on a lot of other things. But this is definitely something I got to check out.
Yeah, I think that she is low-key plagiarizing Ray William Johnson, because he would, way back in the day, he was like the #1 YouTuber. He would always call things fake and gay. And so she's going with weak and gay. I think she maybe stole that from him a little bit. Either way, there's a lot of strong gay people.
Hold on, I got to deal with this on. Green New Dealer Dragon says Matt wasn't down to block celebs, so kinda sus. I did not say I was not down to block celebs. I said please do that, but I also think in tandem with doing that, and a more positive, proactive way to do this activism is to also promote people with platforms who are speaking out for the Palestinians, because that will help change people's minds. The blocking of celebs harms those celebs for not speaking out. Good, I'm for that. But in terms of what we want, more people to understand what's going on in Palestine, the blocking of the celebs does not accomplish that. Which is, if that's not what it sets out to accomplish, that's fine. I'm saying we could do these things in tandem. Two completely different yet similar things that achieve two separate goals. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just happy to see people hate celebrities. I'm
fine. I'm all for that.
That's awesome. Yeah. See, now when you get to the point where you want to eat the rich and, you start making them afraid to flex their wealth in public, and they're, I'm going to stop talking. That's when I'll be happier. But, they need to be afraid of you because they're evil. All right. Well, you know what?
About that Republican ad, though, the "don't be weak and gay." I mean, I don't think that's, honestly, now that I think about it, I don't think she's attacking Mike over here, because he's the strongest gay I know. He's strong and gay.
Yeah.
So
I'm very strong and gay. Many people are saying.
Every gay I know, every LGBTQ person I know is strong for having to deal with all the bullshit they deal with. So you know what?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't be gay if you're weak-hearted, right? But that's not to say that, straight people aren't strong too. They can be, not usually as strong as gay people, but there are some straight people who are strong, but mostly
not
it's,
as many.
it's the
I
gays.
completely agree. Completely agree. All right, everybody.
We need to get the fuck off the stream.
Yeah, it's what did I say? We actually started the super chats early today. It was like an hour and a half into the show.
Oh, you were right. Yeah.
And Ariana was like wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to like for the rest of the show to go on. And I warned her in advance. I was like, "This may go long, warning you." And then as we continued, I saw her see, I'm the opposite. After the night goes on, I suddenly gain this gain my this adrenaline. But most people, it's just totally fine. I can see it in them. I can see them. We're losing them as the night goes on.
It's not in me. I was so tired before the stream started. So now I'm like, my brain is mush. I feel like RFK Jr., Biden-y, Trump-y. So yeah, I'm tired.
So who should we raid, folks? Let's see who's on.
Yeah, what do you all want us to do?
Let's see. I'm looking.
Nobody who's weak and gay.
Nobody who's weak and gay.
Yeah.
You pick. Folks,
let's raid actual Jake.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Let's raid actual Jake.
I think I was rated earlier as well. I gotta check because I have way more viewers than I usually do.
Oh yeah.
Although I have been streaming more, so you know.
Oh, by the way, thank you for the raid yesterday. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm setting up the actual Jake for you.
All right, you ready?
I'm pressing that start raid button. It's counting down now. All right, folks, we will see you all next week on Leftist Mafia. Thank you for sticking with us and all the wonderful super chats. And happy birthday to Rebecca.
Yeah,
and
happy birthday.
Feel better, David Dole. And we'll see you all next week.
Take care, everyone.
Shut it off. My raid is still collecting all the people.